everything I had and leave. So I started to ask him for it. And at the end of this, he paid me 10 million naira. That was 2016 December. That was the month I left him. That's when he gave me 10 million naira as a cover for everything I did. In here is also a message that he asked me that I should that how much. She said, baby, how much have you spent so far from the introduction up to date? Give me. That's what he does sometimes. So if I ask him for my money for too much, then he will now say, oh, send me, and in the next 1 month he doesn't send my money anymore. So these are all the proof that I paid to marry this man, and this man did not spend a dime, not even for food. Actually, 3 days ago, he actually said that in an interview. The interview is on Stella Dimoko. I would send it to you so that it can come up on screen. I actually have the short code to it. He said that there was never a wedding, that there were only 4 people and it was a parlor wedding.
There was no marriage. There was just like knocking. No celebrity came. You didn't even call an artist. You didn't call any of your friends. Just 4 of us. Me, my mom, and 2 other people. What we had was a parlor thing, but they celebrated. We were to do the...
Now, there were 250 people in attendance sitting down in my wedding. Then the whole village, 3 communities before my village, they all came out because my father is a big deal from where I come from. So they all came out. I had over 1,000 people at my wedding, and these are pictures to prove it. These are pictures. You zoom in. These are pictures of different people. There is a video. There's a dancing video of the 2 of us. You see the crowd. You see the mopos. My father had to get almost 12 lorries of mopos because of protection. And this man went to a court and told the court that I paid for my wedding because there were only 4 people. I know people sit at home and say, you know, this girl is very stupid. You paid for your wedding. Why did you pay for your wedding? You are desperate. Why did you pay for your wedding? No, I was pregnant for this man. This man, I was a walking scam for this man. Like I told you, he already told me, stay, okay, don't worry. Continue spending your money. I will reimburse you when I come back. What was I going to say? What was I going to do? Not spend? Not do it? Did I even know I was going to get scammed or going to get... I didn't know all of these things. Because if I knew, I would not be the person. I would not be the person to be in this situation, trust me. So this is the wedding attended by only 4 people. That is his mother there that sprayed me 2,000 naira in 2022, 200 naira notes. That is his mother there, dressed in ashwebi. On the pictures on the slide, my father was wearing ashwebi. I was wearing ashwebi. Even to the dress this man wore, he doesn't even know who tailored his dress. I bought materials. I took his dresses to a tailor. I sold his clothes, bought him a shoe, just to come for a wedding that I paid for. And you tell me that 4 people attended only that wedding? 4 people? Kule, 4 people? Well, the truth is, you will say there was no wedding because you never paid for a wedding. I paid for the wedding, so I know there was a wedding. I know there was a wedding. And the world knows that there was a wedding too. I seriously don't want to break down because aside from the first time I did my interview, that was the only point where I was weak. Right now, I'm not weak. I'm a tiger. Right now, I'm a tiger out for blood. So there is no weakness here. I feel terrible. I feel bad. I feel used. I am the biggest scam that Churchill or Lakunle or Laduni has ever played in his life. I never wanted to have a child. I've always said it on all my interviews. So I was not using a child to trap a man. There was no reason for me to use a child to trap a man, because I had said it in all my interviews. I don't want to have children. And I didn't want to have children for my personal reasons. I had mommy issues. My mother died. I was scared of losing myself and I just didn't want to go down that road. I met some man who I thought was a human being, who cajoled me, lied to me, beat me into getting what he wanted. I'm not going to keep quiet anymore. No. Yes. The first interview I did, which was with Azuka, the woman who actually deceived me to take an interview for me and got bribed by King's father. Now, I gave them this picture. There's a picture of me here, and there's also another picture. This one, my son's father actually released him. His media people actually released it to the internet, on the internet. This is actually a video of me trying to hit him. And if you look closely on this video, you will know that my face has been battered. My face had potholes, like you could see all of that. Now, I'm sure the video will also play. Now, this is also one of my pictures. This is a black eye. I also gave them a picture of one of my ribs. This is a black eye. I gave it to them, and they said that I made this up like it was a makeup artist. I want to appeal to the whole of Nigeria and all the makeup artists in African Nigeria, everywhere I've ever traveled to. If you did this makeup for me, please, it is not time for you to keep quiet. Come out and speak and call me a liar that I did a makeup for this. I have been told that they were going to take this picture for forensic. I was so happy when they said that. It's been 3 years now, nobody has brought out a forensic about this picture. I lost a pregnancy. There was a night, one of the days I confirmed that this man was truly Yahoo. After I came back from giving birth for my son, I had been suspecting that he was Yahoo. Before I even came back to Nigeria, I had started to suspect. But the only thing that actually made me confirm was a night. He wasn't supposed to be home that night. And I slept early. Because of my son, I sleep early. And I went and I heard some noise upstairs in his room, because he's in the penthouse and my room is under. So I heard the noise upstairs. Nobody was supposed to be in that room. So I was going to go check what was happening in the room. I opened up this room. I saw a full-grown man wearing a red cloth in his waist with red candles everywhere around him with a laptop in his hand. Immediately I saw that, I was shocked. I was simply shocked. And I was shocked. I was not scared, but I was shocked. But I just started laughing like a mad person. I just started laughing. He got me, and that was one of the fights we fought after King.
All right.
When I lost my pregnancy, he pushed me down a flight of 3 stairs. We were fighting.
Tonto Dikeh. I so like Bio. Hello, my people. We are back again. We have a lot to see today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. No politics today, my people. No politics, no politics, no politics. Yes, Tonto Dikeh, for the past few weeks now, a lot have been going on. A confession, or God calling her, or so a lot have happened because she gave testimony left and right, and many others. She confessed, Pastor Jerry's church and all that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but the surprising part of it now is that her former husband is not part of the whole situation, which is Churchill. Churchill, yes, a lot of people are saying now that probably they are going to come back again as husband and wife. While some are saying, no, it's just going to be for both of them to co-parent the child alone. Nothing else is going to happen. While some are saying that the body language of Tonto Dikeh looks like Tonto Dikeh wants the man back as a husband. A lot of speculation is currently going on right now. We're going to be playing videos for you guys to listen to what people have said, rather what they have to say, also take you through the route of Tonto Dikeh, Tonto Dikeh, remember, they said Tonto Dikeh called this same man then a ritualist. He just mentioned it. I entered a room, the man was wearing red, holding this and pot of whatever, blah, blah, blah. He also called the same man a 2 minutes man. In case you don't know what a 2 minutes man mean, go Google. Maybe they could interpret that for you. A 2 minutes man. You see, internet never forget. There are some things that you don't need to talk about, regardless of what. You should have a limit to the kind of thing that you say, especially for those that is very, very close to you. Yes, this man was your husband before, regardless of whatever that happened. This girl was just spilling out everything at that time, and many Nigerians were applauding her. Speak on, talk. We are with you. We there with you. We are with you, and all that. Yes, but what do I know? I'm just here to present you, to take you back and to what happened in the past and bring you to what is currently happening right now. So that's all. That particular video that you just watched now, I guess it's shocking, right? That happens then. That was part of everything that dissolved them at that time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, all mother of all mommy diaspora. Good evening to you, mommy. Happy weekend to you, my lovely mother. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you, Abo Azi. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do, Mother Rita. Thank you very much, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us early, and I'm looking forward to having you on the panel, especially on this particular case. Why is it that when it comes to things like the Mother Rita is always here to stand by me to put her voice there? Where are our women? Although Mother Debbie is also there, she always call in on things like this. I want to have more women on the panel when it comes to things like this. Tell us, what do you think? Thank you, Mother Peggy Modi. Good evening to you, man. Thanks for all that you do. Christian CXL, Discussion Channel TV. I appreciate every one of you right there. Willie in the building. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. All right. I'd like us to move on. I just played that first one just now as a preamble to take you back how we all started. But listen to this as well.
See him and Obasanjo, Daddy. I came to see Daddy. Not for one day have they ever posted this man's picture, because they want to keep scamming people that they're Obasanjo's son. This is his father. No relationship with Obasanjo. If this man had a relationship with Obasanjo, I would be the happiest girl on earth, because it's a name that my son will inherit and work on to be a better person in life. This is his father. When I went for the first time, I knew that he was not. I had always suspected, because I was the one spending. I told you, I said, why we met, he was broke. He started having money after I left to go and give birth. That's when his first Yahoo ever money came, when I know him. That's the first time I ever knew him with money, because that was when he paid for the, I think it was 8 million.
But people, if you want to watch the full video, there's somewhere inside YouTube. I don't want to play everything today, but I'm just taking you back how he destroyed this man, not be small thing. Meanwhile, how they even thing married that time, more recapitulate. All right. It's on recapitulation, still taking you guys back. Make una know as everything it starts and how we got here. But meanwhile, listen to what Tonto Dikeh has to say here after he discovered Pastor Jerry's church. Pastor Izzy.
Demonic anger. When I say demonic, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, an anger that fueled me, that destroyed my life. An anger that I will be on the bridge. You said, don't burn that bridge, Abi. There's a saying that, don't burn the bridge. I will be on that bridge. I will burn that bridge. And the car coming with water to save that bridge, I will burn it. That's how demonic it was. I will burn everything. Everybody had to feel it. And I look at myself today praying with NSPPD, and God took all of those away. My testimony is a lot, so please just bear with me. I do not want to miss out anything, so I put points down. From the anger, I got a lot of peace. There's peace surrounding me everywhere I go. Everything, in everything. I've never known peace. I'm 40 years old, and I can tell you I do not know what peace is. I've never felt it. I'm just feeling it. I'm just knowing it. I'm just living in it. And I know it's permanent, because I know the covenant I have made with my God. And I know the covenant that God has made with me, and I know that it's permanent. So I got peace from the altar, from this altar. God has restored things for me. Restoration. You see, places where I've been forgotten, places where I gave letters to, years, I'm talking about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, people that I have met to discuss business with, they're looking for me today. I wrote to a school, one of the biggest schools in the world. I wrote to that school almost 7 years ago. And few weeks ago, I got a reply. And guess what? I was no longer interested, because God has called me for something higher. But I say this to say that. It's just like, that inanimate object where people say, oh, it has come to my house. You see, my restoration was a proof that God is hearing me, that God is seeing me, that God wants to walk with me, that I am not alone, and I will never be alone, because he has called me. That was what I got from this altar. In all of this unmerited favor, there's so many people that just come and bless me simply because I'm on the altar, just simply because I'm an NSP, simply because I believe in God. So many things have turned around. Yeah. Now let me get into the serious stuff, the big stuff, the stuff that God brought me out from, the stuff that God rescued my life from. You see, this year during the Ghana Prayers Conference, I was heartbroken, and I knew that there was something. Okay, there's a pattern that the devil has with me, or used to have with me when I come to Christ. I run to God, and he hits me with something bad, something rotten, some pain that I can't handle. And I begin to shake, and I begin to curse God, and I begin to run away, and I begin to seek help elsewhere. But this time around, I faced the biggest pain of my life, I would say. But instead of me to run away, God told me, go towards me. Make this different. And I told God, I said, I want this salvation to be different. And God said, run towards me. Don't run away from me. There is no life after me. There is no life without me. Come to me. And it was a struggle. And I went. But I went. It was a struggle within myself to go for that prayer conference, because I was broken. And I just wanted to just cry and cry. But God told me to go. And I went. And if you saw me in the prayer conference, you would think that I was praying for my last day on earth, but I wasn't. Yes, I was, because I was fighting for my life. I was praying. I knelt down. I rolled on the ground. I just wanted God to take away the pain in my heart. And I was there. God kept speaking to me. God kept comforting me. But I did not understand what God was doing. I didn't understand that while I was praying for just a small broken heart, God was preparing. God was taking care of things that I didn't even ask him to do. God was... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, standing before you here is a girl who is a chimney. You know what a chimney is? Constant smoke. It just they do poof, 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 poof. That's what the devil did to me. I smoked since I was 13. I'll tell you this, parents. If you're a smoker or if you do something as a parent that is not right, keep it away from your children. Do not take it near your children. Because the devil, as something as little as that habit that you do, the devil can use it to inhabit the lives of your children. I started smoking because my dad was a smoker. At 13, it was nothing in my house. It's still nothing in my house, you know. And I've been smoking since I was 13, and now it's 27 years, yeah. It's 27 years since I've been smoking. And I came to God. I told God, I said, God, if you want me to walk this walk with you, this is something I cannot do alone. I cannot do on my own. And I've heard a brother say this testimony before. He said that he asked God that I can't do this on my own. I want you to come. And I told God, I said, look, I've never prayed for this, you know, but I want you to do this for me. I want to preach your word. I can't preach your word and come back and still have this in my hands. I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to. And he said the first thing the Holy Spirit did for me was shame. Something I never was ashamed of. I started becoming so ashamed of it. I became ashamed of the smell. I became ashamed of how it looked. I became ashamed of me holding it. I was like, who? No. When I look at myself, I'm like, you are above this. God, take this away. I was so ashamed of it. And from the shame came the revival. I'm not talking about, make I they try, make I no smoke. I'm telling you about urges broken. I'm telling you about every yoke broken. I'm not saying I want to try. I'm not saying I'm struggling with my spirit to try. My body does not need it. My body does not ask for it. My body is repelling it. You're also looking at an alcoholic. I would drink and I would pass out. I didn't care who was looking. In fact, it made me, I never went out. I hated going out because of these habits. I didn't want people to see it. I didn't want people to know it. I would drink at home and I would pass out. I would be drunk. I'm not saying few cups of alcohol. I'm telling you 2 bottles of alcohol a day. And I'm not saying little bottles. I'm telling you about big vodka bottles. But today, hallelujah, somebody. But today, Makabarabando Shatakerendas. Hey! It is broken. Oh, God restored the Lord. He restored the Lord. Look, my testimony is a lot. If I will still go back to the studio and I'll record this so that nothing and nobody will tell me it's time up. Yes. Because God's word and what God has done cannot be hidden and should not be hidden. Should not. You see, God healed me from masturbation too. Yes. Like I said, I'm 40 years old. And ever since I knew myself, I have had a chronic backache. It's so terrible. The backache was so terrible. In fact, almost all the spas in Abuja know me for that girl that has that back problem. And if you massage her, if you massage her, it's just 10 minutes, you give her relief. We all know her. 20 years. I'm talking about 20 years. If you had seen me, I would do like that, like I had a snake in my body. I would always twist and turn my head just to have some relief. Brothers and sisters, while I was on the ground for Ghana prayer conference, praying for a broken heart, hallelujah, praying for a broken heart, God was restoring things. God was restoring things that was lost. He was repairing my life. I woke up to take my medication, and I tried to take the medication that I'd been using, ibuprofen, the highest form of it. I tried to take it for the pain, and I realized that there was no pain anymore. I realized there was no pain anymore. I tried to do like that because this is how I do. Anytime the pain comes, I would do like that. I just like you had a snake in your body. That's how I would creep. I tried to do that. There was no pain. And I'm standing here with you, speaking to you today. I am pain-free. And we are talking about 20 good years. We are talking about an affliction the devil gave to me half my age. half my age. Half my age. Wow. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. In 40 years of my life, trying to survive this wicked world, trying to navigate this world on my own, I had soiled my hands, had put my hands on altars. I had worshipped altars. I have stayed in altars I do not belong in. Altars that my spirit was bigger than. Altars that God never ordained for me. Altars that I was supposed to be breaking, casting. I stayed on that platform because I didn't know who I am. Today, I don't just know who I am, but I know whose I am. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I have always, it's something that I've known myself to do in the dream, to have sexual intercourse in the dream. Ever since I was a child, younger than I can remember. It's one of my first memory about life. After the Ghana prayer conference, I realized that the weak man who held me captive all my years in my dream, assaulting my body, taking advantage of who I am, the grace and the anointing upon my life, ran away. Church, I know that you must have heard a couple of times people saying, I am that girl or I am that man, that the prodigal child that has come back to God. I know you have heard it. But look at me. I am the example of that prodigal child. That child that has come back to God. That child that has said, never again. That child that has said, I will serve my God. And it does not matter who is looking. It doesn't matter who is not looking. I will serve and I will follow my God. I made a covenant with God. I told God, you see this one? You see this salvation? It is me and you. I will not go back to the world because there is nothing left for me. I have done it all. I have seen it all. There is nothing left for me. And I made God a promise. I said, God, whether you bless me, I am here on this altar, worshiping you, praising you. And whether you do not, peradventure, you do not. But I know that you do not forsake your own. I am still here. I'm not going anywhere. I know too much now. The devil cannot use me anymore. The devil cannot. I have not only come to church to be born again, but I've come to serve God in all of his glory. I have started my disciple classes. Glory be to God. Yes. And I just want to say, Papa, thank you. Papa, thank you. I have not said anything, and you know it. Papa, thank you. Thank you for what you have done in my life. Papa, everybody has seen it. I'm not hiding it. I don't, even if I try to, I'm too small for what the glory of God is doing. I was praying yesterday, and I was praying, and the Holy Spirit looked at me, and I looked back. I heard something. I heard a voice, and I heard a name. I heard Esther. I'm like, there's no Esther here. I kept praying. And the Holy Spirit said again, Esther. And I kept praying. And I looked back. And there was no one. My child was not there. I was not playing anything. And the Holy Spirit said, you are the Esther of this generation. I have called you. I have called you to be an influence for kings, men, and women. And that is what I'm doing.
My people, don't be smart, you know. As I see them, that's why they carry they come. But we are getting somewhere. You are going to watch a lot of things today. So I just want to take it one by one, then we'll take it from there. Please help us to press on the like, help us to share, take our voices far. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there already. But meanwhile, let's take this one quickly.
Good morning, Papa. Good morning, pastors. Good morning, church. What God cannot do, What God cannot do, we dey pray. Oh. We dey pray. Oh. Thank you very much. My testimony is one of love, one of togetherness, one of peace, one of healing of broken hearts. It's a joy for my family. At about 130 weeks ago, I was on NSPPD in the morning, and Papa was preaching, and he was praying rather, and he was declaring and prophesying into people's life. And I picked up something Papa said that day. He said that lost people will be found. I didn't lose anybody. So I was like, you know what? I'll just answer. One thing about me, if you pray, even if you pray, say, oh, get pregnant, I will answer. If you get rich, I will answer. If you say fly, but I will just, I just love to pray. So I took the prayer and I ran with it. And around that same time, I had this amazing man in my life. He's my father. My father is an amazing human being. He's a sweet man. He has lost so much in his life. He has lost his first wife. He has lost his second wife. He has lost his brother, his mother, his father. He was a broken man. And I didn't know how God was going to use streams of joy to affect my father, to bless my father, to give him the peace that he needed, at least, in the remaining years of his life. Papa said that declaration. And 2 days later, I went into my DM. I don't know how I got to that DM, because if you know high-profile Instagram pages, you can send me a DM. I'm not following you. You can send me a DM, and it will take 5 years before I see it, because there's so many. The world wants to try to reach us, so it's very hard. So miraculously, I saw that email, and it says, "I think I am your sister." I'm like, my memory, my head, I just went back to when I was a child. My father told me a very beautiful and sad story, and I asked her, I said, "What's your name?" She told me her name. I asked her some questions. I said, give me, tell me a little bit about you. And she told me, and I asked her, I said, your name Chinyere? She said, yes. Now, when 47 years ago, before my father came back to Nigeria, he had a daughter. And he left that lady when she was 5 to 7 months. And he never went back. She never knew who her father was, and he never knew what his daughter ever looked like, but had a knowledge that he had a daughter. God, in that time when Pastor said that you were going to find a lost person, God brought the both of them together. And I introduced the both of them together over a phone call, and they have been speaking over since then. Now, I said something. I said my testimony happened 133 weeks ago. I waited so long for perfection of this miracle. I wanted God to heal my father. I wanted him to heal his broken heart, because he had lost so much in life. And I also wanted God to heal my sister, because she had grown up knowing that she had a father who hated her. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for my father and his daughter. They are in church today. They are in church today. They are in church today. I can't thank you enough, God. I can't thank you enough. You have done so much for us. You have done so much. God has been faithful. He has been faithful. The peace. It would take years for this to happen. I told my father, if I was the one, I would not forgive you this easily. But when God gives a miracle, when God says something, it doesn't matter how strong-headed you are. It doesn't matter how far you are. It doesn't matter how broken you are. God will repair you. He will bring you to a point of conclusion. And that is what he has done for us today.
Streams of joy, just lift up and raise a shout to God.
Now, I'm not saying anything. We are just watching. But meanwhile, I want us to listen to this particular one here.
Become an overnight evangelist. She has started holding prayer meetings on her live stream, speaking in tongues, quoting scripture, and rubbing shoulders with celebrity pastors. Pastor Jerry Eze, the YouTube celebrity preacher, brought her on his stage and prayed for her. Now she calls him Papa. His public validation of Tonto Dikeh is as good as when Samuel poured oil on Saul and publicly announced him as King of Israel. Now she's free to preach everywhere. This is absolute nonsense. Here are the issues. 1. Tonto Dikeh mocked Christ, made fun of Christians. Now she's using the church to whitewash herself. If an unknown woman had also done what Tonto did, would Pastor Jerry Eze had brought her out in public to celebrate her the way he did with Tonto Dikeh. But because she's an influencer with millions of followers, he brought her on his stage and placed the spotlight on her. 2, it looks like Jerry Eze is cashing in on Tonto Dikeh's testimony to boost his followers and membership of his ministry. Tonto Dikeh is an asset to him. The more he uses her as a testimony of transformation and change, the more people will rush to his ministry. If Tonto Dikeh was a poor woman, he would have totally ignored her. 3, let's assume that Tonto Dikeh is a retired whore and God has indeed touched her heart. Should she be preaching about the place, or should she find a church, sit down, shut her mouth, and learn Christ from a seasoned man of God? Her discipleship and character building is more important than her preaching. There are enough half-baked celebrity influencers preaching Christ, misrepresenting Christ, misinterpreting scripture, and doing damage to the body of Christ. We don't want to add another one to their number. 4, Jesus doesn't need Tonto Dikeh to preach. Jesus wants her to be transformed from the inside out and to learn of Christ. The most important thing is not serving Christ by running around the place preaching. Mary sat down to listen to Christ, but Martha was busy serving to impress him. Luke 10:38-42. Jesus told Martha, Mary has chosen the good part, which will not be taken away from her. Tonto Dikeh should shut up, humble herself, sit down in a quiet church and learn from a God-fearing pastor who doesn't care about her popularity, her fame, or her money.
Girl that stopped and threw stones at every dog that barked. Until I took a step back and realized that some people don't just say words to you or push you or ignite your anger because they can win you in a battle, but because they just want a response so that other people would identify with the person that they have told them that you are. So if there's anything you're going to take home today, it's for you to stop the enemy. Stop them. Stop them so bad. You do not have to reply to everything that comes your way. Stop that distraction. Stop it. Because at the end of the day, peace is more important than chaos. Yes, it is. And you realize that not everything deserves your response. Not everyone deserves your voice. And most especially, not every human deserves your name placed beside theirs for the world to see. Protect your peace, protect your heart, and just live your life as though they were never there, because they're not. I love you, and take care of yourself.
Did you exit your marriage because Tonto Dikeh told you to? You were married, living with your husband in peace. You were managing your challenges like every other couple. Life has challenges. Marriage has its own unique challenges. You loved your husband and your children and you did the best that you could. Until you saw a post from Tonto Dikeh. She was attacking the institution of marriage. You read it and it tore the very fabric of your marriage and damaged the emotional, mental, and spiritual structure which upheld your relationship. She called you a fool for being in submission to your husband. She fed you with psychological poison. You became unhappy and dissatisfied with your life, your relationship, your marriage, and your home. She started feeding your soul with her feminist lies until you decided to exit the relationship and the marriage. You refused to listen to the wise counsel of women who told you to work on yourself and protect your marriage, protect your family, protect your home. But your freedom, what you call freedom, was jumping from bed to bed, tasting all manner of men. being sexually abused by men who didn't like you, predators who saw your vulnerability and your stupidity and told you what you wanted to hear in order to have sex with you. And after having sex with you, they abandoned you. None of them wanted you. No man in his right mind will stay with a woman who abandoned a good marriage and chose the streets. They knew you were a fool. No man will stay with a woman who offered them sex without commitment, without loyalty, without the protection of the institution and structure of marriage. No man in his right mind will stay with a single mother who offered him nothing but sex, problems, and bills. Their rejection led you into depression. Your anger and bitterness grew as each man used you and dumped you. You regretted your foolish choices. You regretted leaving your husband. You regretted leaving your marriage. You regretted listening to the evil advice of Tonto Dikeh. But it was too late. Now you live in the streets, a receptacle for the body fluids of useless, low-value, worthless men.
Exactly.
A communal property used and dumped by idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And no man in his right mind will ever stay with you because you are an irredeemable retard.
Wow. What this man is saying is this. Remember that at that time, a lot of Tonto Dikeh managed to build a lot of followers who decided not to have respect for their husband at that particular time. In fact, many of them left their husband. Any little thing that happened that they used to manage at that time, to manage themselves, because for you to be amongst human beings, you must have the ability to manage human beings. You know, our fathers, our mothers, they managed our fathers and they stayed there to bring us up. They brought us up in a proper way. That's why you see many of us today, we're better persons. But still, Tonto Dikeh at that particular time managed to destroy so many marriages, you know, with our words continuous coming out, you know, to say men are this and that and all that, blah, blah, blah. You know, a woman that came out to say that her own husband is a 2 minutes man. There are words that you can never use, because there are words that if you use it, you can never, ever be forgiven forever. Yes, there are some words that you will use. You don't deserve to be forgiven forever. Your husband, a man who paid your bride price, you came out to say is a 2 minutes man. You sat in executive chair. You were spouting rubbish for more than 1 hour, 30 minutes long videos, destroying this man, called him all sort of unprintable names. But today, you say God don't call you. So something God call you. We don't know where God for call you. Now, if God call you, let us you say God call you. The same God now call the husband that many of your followers pursued away then, call them back to reunite them together. You see, a lot of women will continue to suffer because they allow the postmodernism to get into them. They allow the satanic equality that they claimed. They are only selective with their equality. Oh, equality. When it comes to spending, you don't see equality again. But when it comes to, oh, don't talk to me like that, don't talk to, you don't see, they'll bring back that word, satanic word of equality. Look at the same Tonto Dikeh that was your master, your teacher, your everything. She have left you behind. Yes, you lot who left your husband at that time because your husband did something that, oh, after all, Tonto Dikeh say if they behave like that, more they leave them. Tonto Dikeh have left all of you behind. This same Pastor Jerry Eze, I've said it before that Pastor Jerry Eze, I don't think I have issue with you. Rather, I have issue with the people that is worshiping you. Because I would have said they are worshiping God. They are not worshiping God. They are worshiping you. Why is it that people that are worshiping Pastor Jerry Easy, they don't have regard for their husband? Their life don't ever change apart from what they want to do. I know many of them. So does it mean that, in fact, I don't want to drag Pastor Jerry Eze into this because I want to drag his followers, but I don't know how to drag his followers without not bringing him in. But I'll just leave that side for now. But the same Tonto Dikeh now, she's not speaking in tongue. Yes, she's not a woman of God. Overnight. She's not speaking. Why the gullible supporter or followers will now say, amen, amen. We're in big trouble in Nigeria. 2027 is around the corner. We are seeing a lot of magic happening right now. Yes, some of you will fly with these things that you're saying. Abby, I want us to listen to this.
Tonto Dikeh charity, Tonto Dikeh, Tonto charity Dikeh. They said she do it. They said she did what? She posted Churchill. She gonna say, like from Tonto. The same Tonto Dikeh. Well, I'm not gonna sound like a hater, but truth be told, like just listen and listen carefully. If I were to be Churchill, no jokes. If I were to be Churchill, what I would do, they very simple. Like right now, I'll just kneel down and praise the Lord because God is good. See them. What's now make us talk? Some people are waiting to roast me. Some people are waiting to agree with me. No, you have to be a wizard for you to want to agree to nonsense. Like I'm so happy for them. Like we give God the glory. Wow, this is what maturity looks like. This is what God blessings actually look like. That's nice. Like I'm so happy. The person who I did happy for past now, the son, King Andre. Like seriously, this is so beautiful. This is a beautiful news on the internet this evening. Wow, God is the greatest.
All right, listen to this.
Tonto Dikeh is enjoying right now. You see peace of mind? Imagine not having peace with someone for 10 years. After 10 years of bitterness, public disagreements, anger, unforgiveness, Tonto Dikeh has publicly come out and made a post and even posted her ex-husband, that's the father of her son. She has forgiven the father of her son. She described the reconciliation as 10 years in one day, calling it a personal testimony and a reminder that God has not abandoned. Peace of mind is everything. Lack of peace causes mental, emotional, and physical instability. I am so happy that Tonto Dikeh is having the best time of her life right now. I remember when this case of Tonto Dikeh and her husband happened. It was war, like internet war. That time, social media never really deep like this. But it was all over. Tonto Dikeh practically swore that her son will never bear his father's name as a surname. So she made her son to bear her name and be her family's name instead of Churchill. I'm sure for that past 10 years, I'm not sure say Churchill had ever spoken or come across his son with Tonto Dikeh. Do you know what that means? I don't know how the reunion would be like for that young boy and his father, but it's going to be deep. It's going to be sweet. And whatsoever it is, after Churchill meets that boy, I know Churchill will be very, very pleased with Tonto Dikeh because Tonto honestly has done a good job raising that boy single-handedly. I am so happy for Tonto Dikeh. I'm so happy for her son. And I am super, super happy for Churchill as well. By the time they get together and talk, that will be like a very deep, great relief.
All right. You see, this whole thing baffles me. Okay, let me post out a link. For those of you that want to come, you can come in. I may not be able to now let me they talk, they go. Yes, a link I will posted. In case you are coming in, just come in now. Let's talk together. Although presentation is still going on. You know, today is Saturday. If the only one person join us today, just talk with us, and then I will round up the show after because me myself, I have a lot of submissions by myself today. You know, but still, when I hear people saying Tonto Dikeh are forgiving Churchill, how? Now Tonto Dikeh is supposed to forgive Churchill. I've been at Churchill supposed to forgive Tonto Dikeh. I don't get it. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's put it like this. Maybe, you know, to have good relationship with his son, right? I don't know. But something we must get right. For any woman who selfishly deny a child from having relationship with his or her own father, you are not destroying the father, you are destroying the child's life. That's it. You might not accept, but that's the realistic view. It's not his father. You are destroying this child's life because you deny that child from having a relationship with his father. So if anybody is forgiving anybody right now, Tonto Dikeh is supposed to forgive Churchill. I've been at Churchill supposed to forgive him. That one, a question I ask you, I don't know. But meanwhile, there are more reactions. I'd like us to listen to this particular one.
Tonto Dikeh, you are absolutely amazing. Well done to you. I don't praise Tonto Dikeh. I beg, I want to use Tonto Dikeh as a point of contact. You and Tonto Dikeh are not the same. Tonto Dikeh forgiving and letting go spiritually, physically, privately, and publicly a baby papa don't mean you can do the same. Your encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ is different from Tonto Dikeh encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ. When Tonto Dikeh left Churchill, Tonto Dikeh not suffer one day. She was recovered. Everything she lost was doubled. Everything she ever missed was given to, including prick. Any prick of her choice, Tonto Dikeh can collect it. Anywhere you want to fly to, Tonto Dikeh can. She can disappear to it. You hear me? You, when baby papa leave, you suffer. You see Tonto Dikeh picking. I don't mean to bring her son here because don't play with people's children. You see that boy not be like picking where they're born. It be like picking where Jesus off with just drops. Say, hey, na head. You see that picking? If you look and you see money, you see peace, you see happiness, you see joy, you see picking where mama spent time, say, this is my life. I want to make sure I take care of it. Now be that. Picking where you carry, come on for baby papa, please. How you be? You see money take shop, it drain you down. If you look Churchill, he not to do Tonto Dikeh wonder like that, like your baby papa did to you. He emotionally blackmail you, financially suffer yourself. He knows say when you come out, you not get shit for you. Tonto Dikeh do like this. She was able to say, no, let you say picking. You know why? Because she know the man where she born for, where used to be her ex-husband. She wear like this, say, I know you. You go for. She know the man. Do you know who you born for or who you married to? Be careful. You are not Tonto Dikeh. Your life till today never recover. They were harassing you physically. The man narrates you everywhere. You see Tonto Dikeh Toto online? Did you see breasts? Your baby papa share your Toto. He give you baby guests for outside. He send your breast give people. Tonto Dikeh never had that. Yes, she come out and do video. Churchill do video. Churchill talk. It no affect Tonto Dikeh in any way. Financially, maybe emotionally. Maybe physically, sometimes you feel like, I physically feel so sick. I cannot believe he said that. Even if you don't talk 1 million things. Do you understand? Don't see, baby, that must stay the way. In peace.
Hey! So, you people know, Tonto Dikeh was trending over the weekend because she came out to tell us that anger that she's harbored for her husband, her ex-husband, they've now resolved their issue and they're happy to co-parent now. A lot of people are unhappy. I'm telling you, a lot of people are not happy that her life is the way it is today. There's a man called Praise George. He's a pastor and he's very cross. He said that can be possible. Tonto can't just go scot-free like that. She needs to suffer for the pain she's caused others. I said, what happened, sir? He made a post and said, Tonto got born again. She has started leading prayer and teaching Bible to millions of followers. Jerry Eze has anointed her as evangelist. No training, no discipleship, no character development, straight to the pulpit. Some Christians have absolutely no sense. A woman have lived recklessly, effed all men in town when she's 40 and no longer useful. That's not fair, sir. What do you mean a 40-year-old woman is no longer useful? That's unfair. Be careful with your words. She starts attending church and expects her to forget all the damage she's done to men and their families. These women are delusional, sir. Did Tonto do anything to you and your family? I don't understand. This sounds a bit personal. What's happening? He then went ahead. Well, Mbum gospel. I think he's the Mbum gospel. I think he's a Calabar man or something. Mbung. If you think Tonto will go scot-free for all the atrocities she committed, that God has forgiven and forgotten, that there is no place for restitution, then you're a bigger fool than Tonto and the celebrity pastor who prayed for her. Mr. Praise George thinks Tonto can be forgiven. There was a time when no one could talk to her. She was on top of her game. She was the queen of movies in Nollywood. If you wanted your movie to sell, you would hire the services of Tonto Dikeh. She showed the very worst perversion possible on screen. She didn't care if her movies ruined morals of young people who idolized her. But this was the list of what she did. She seduced and slept with powerful men, married men, men of means, and she didn't care. This is what my piece is about. Tonto was hot, attractive, and blah blah, and reckless. She slept with married men without regard for their wives, their children, and family. She slept with those men to prove that she could. She didn't want to get married to them. She wanted to own them, control them, enslave them, prove that she had power over them. It was the manifestation of the Jezebel spirit, a spirit of witchcraft, which ruled with and money and power. With her sex power, she made men abandon their wives for her. They abandoned their children for her. They abandoned their families for her. And this gave her indescribable satisfaction and joy. Her life mission was to seduce great men, make them bow at her feet, beg to taste the honey between her thighs. Even if it destroyed their marriage, their home, their family, their life, Tonto didn't care. Women woke up in the middle of the night, stripped themselves and prayed to gods of their ancestors, Amadioha, Ogun, Oshun, Ebusu, something, to strike this woman so that their husband could return home to them and their children, so he could once more be the man of the home and not a slave to the lust, which Then they woke up one day to hear that Tonto was born again. She was a changed woman. She had let go of her sinful ways. She had given up on seducing powerful men and ruining their lives, their families, and their homes. She was now on Instagram and TikTok praying every day. Her favorite celebrity pastor, Jerry Eze, prayed with her on a live broadcast, signaling a new beginning for her, that she was now born again, a child of God, and everyone should forget her past. But choice has consequences. If you think Tonto will go scot-free for the atrocities she committed, that God has forgiven and forgotten, that there is no place for restitution, then you're a bigger fool than Tonto and the celebrity. He just said that women were removing their clothes to pray to God for Tonto to leave their husbands alone. Now that Tonto is a born again, maybe God has answered their prayer. But did Tonto really do all this? This person is talking like they had a personal experience. Was Tonto this bad? Even the goddess, she wasn't the goddess of the screen at any time. I'm sorry, but she was not. She wasn't. We all know who the goddesses of our screen were at the time. Tonto was not. No, she wasn't the A-list.
So it's all of the news that Tonto Dikeh has finally forgiven. She said she has forgiven. She's trying to make a new leave. And she's trying to, move on with her life. So it's no longer news. Tonto Dikeh no one be mama and papa again. She no be mama, papa again. She have decided to allow papa to be papa and she be mama. So Tonto Dikeh wrote, not be me right hand, not Tonto Dikeh right hand. And it is not allegedly. It is Tonto that wrote it. So she said, we are a living proof that the word of God is eternal and unfailing. Did you get English? Okay. God is not a God who abandons what he has started. When he begins a work, he stays with it until it's completed. This Jesus Christ Tonto Dikeh newfound love. After 10 long years of public battles, now that battle go back to back. Oh, I don't go lie. People I enjoy that battle small. I enjoy the gospels. Deep wounds, broken communication, bitterness, and pain. God stepped in. Ouch. What looked ugly, impossible, and beyond repair has been touched by mercy. Odogu. Peace has replaced chaos. Respect has returned where anger once lived. What human effort could not fix, God healed by salvation. Hey, humility and the sincere prayers of the child. Adorable Odogu. What God cannot do does not exist. So, this restoration is not by might, nor by wisdom, not by strength, or by the Spirit of the Lord. Singlish. Where are they? This okay by the Spirit of God. But by the Spirit of God, when God moves, the human mind cannot comprehend the process. He softens hearts, silences the enemy, and rewrites stories that look finished. Every plan of darkness has failed. Stubbornness has bowed. Pride has melted. Love has found its voice again. For my child. For my child. Look, when I hear I say for my child, because I was reading a comment that people are saying, what's with Rosie Miu? What will she do now? She said for her child. Not before her. Okay. I am deeply grateful to the father of my child. You hear her? She did not say I'm deeply grateful for my husband. She said the father of my child. She understood boundary and she's keeping to boundary. Say Rosie Miu still waiting to be her own. Not be say person where they steal her from go still want to waiting they steal. You people that are asking, what will Rosie Miu do? She will do nothing. Okay. For the father of my child, Dr. Kunle, she put doctor. Tonto Dikeh put doctor. She did not put two minutes man. She did not put two second man. She said put doctor. He eventually became a doctor now after being past tense has gone. Let me go talk him. Dr. Kunle for yielding to God's word and choosing peace. Dr. Kunle try sha. Obedience to God always bears restoration. That one true sha. Even when the road has been long and painful. That road long go, mama de papa long sha. To anyone standing where I once stood, tired, wounded, misunderstood, and believing nothing good can come out of the situation. Please hear this. God has not abandoned you. Your story is not over. What he has started, he will surely perfect. Hallelujah, somebody. Hallelujah, somebody. Hallelujah, somebody. Keep praying, keep choosing love, keep trusting God, even when it's hard. May this restored relationship remain built on the solid rock of God's mercy, protection, grace, and mighty hands. May it stand as a living testimony that God never fails, never forgets, and never walks away from his own. Chai. If God did it for us, he can do it for you. This miracle is called 10 years. 10 years in one day. To my spiritual father, Papa, thank you for grooming a God-fearing, impact-making woman out of a total mess. King Tonto, Dr. Churchill, she has thanked him. So, I'm happy for them anyway. The chaos lasted when it lasted. I'm happy they're doing things now. It's not like I like their chaos, but again, Mama the Papa era is gone. We are now in God embrace season. So when they say, what will Churchill do? What will Churchill do? All of them she called it. Did he call her his own? When she was calling him his name, was he not defending himself by doing things too? New year, new life, new millennium. I don't know about you. No, they carry wahala, they go away wahala, say no once again. Mama the Papa says she no do again, she no want wahala again. So we will have to accommodate it. It's not Dr. Churchill, doctor. No go they call Churchill waiting the name where a person no call her. It is not allegedly, now she not Tonto Dikeh, na talk her. And even names where she be calling before, now she still call her. And now she said he's a doctor. And who are we not?
These are the only thing a 37-year-old man have bought for his child from birth to date. And Olakule Churchill, I'm putting it to you. If you have any other receipts of anything that you say that you've bought for your son, bring it out.
When King Tonto started our YouTube channel 3 years ago in 2020 and dropped a
Divine to Forgive. If you've watched her, it's Divine to Forgive. If you've watched her story, this is not her first testimony. It's been going on for weeks. Yeah. From her, changing from the person who openly said she was abusing substances and to becoming a better Christian, from being saved from demonic attacks. I don't know if you guys watched the videos. So it's been happening for weeks. If you listen to the testimony, she had no interest to communicate with her ex-husband. It was just him who reached out to her first. And then he started asking questions. He wanted to return the boy's passport, so on and so forth. So that conversation opened up another conversation between her and her son. Now, if one of us want to put ourselves in her position right now, I would say for a fact that she's still healing through all of the processes, maybe psychotic experience. So is she going about things maybe the right way by being all open? I'm very much of a Christian. I may not totally agree, but if this will help her to become better and to influence other women to also do the same, I'm okay with it. So God uses the least exotic kind of people to do his will. He said, I will take those things that seem like they're not, and I'll make them become. Now, she may seem like nothing, but trust me, she was a massive influence in a lot of ladies' life. Because of this one act, a lot of women will turn around. So let us always look at the bigger picture. Tonto Dikeh Tonto Dikeh taking a new leaf is not just for her, trust me. That boy is 10 years old and deserves to know his father. Thank you.
I think this is a big lesson for influential figures in the country that if you want to do anything and repent later, keep it to yourself from the start. Not when you now repent, you say you want to change people, because that thing will not, as far as I'm concerned though, it will not work.
Thank you.
You understand? You've already destroyed a lot of people's lives.
Respond the first thing.
I said this subject. I did not really want to talk.
Yes.
But there's a word she used that made me want to talk. And it's, if you, my brother, Koboko Master, he made a video, I think today, and I mentioned this very thing before here. That word influence. That is the thing I have against Tonto Dikeh in this matter. Did she not know that she was an influence back then when she was saying all the things and teaching women? Or no, I agree she's a changed person, please. Did she not know she was an influence back then? Because what's hurting me now is there are a lot of ladies who have followed her path. Are you with me now? Wait now. There are a lot of ladies who have followed their path. She may have the humility to turn around now, but there are lots of ladies who would not. There are lots of ladies who would never find the men they have lost because they want to be King Judith, King Mercy. Are you with me now? I'm with you. So the point. It's different from when out of pain and bitterness you start grooming people to say, oh, he left, he was this and that, I can still be a man for myself and a woman for myself. That's a very different ballgame. Okay. You understand? All I'm saying is when you're an influential figure, know that you have influence. Okay? And the negative things you do, people will copy it. Okay, thank you. Before you now use the positive one to do damage.
For every great person in the Bible, you want to be honest, Apostle Paul, Esquire of Tarsus, that stood by the side killing Christians, ended up becoming the greatest apostle who was willing to sacrifice his life, didn't have a wife, sacrifice his law practice just so that he can win many. He said, if eating meat to make my brother to sin, I will not eat meat anymore. Tonto Dikeh was a witch before, wicked before, I don't know what she was. But if she decides to be a better person and you chose to follow her before, choose to follow her now.
No. I don't really agree with that logic. Because I also read my Bible. A lot of what's his name, Paul, you mentioned, he did out of ignorance. Take note. Okay? Paul felt that he was on the right path. That in fact he was serving God by killing those Christians.
Beautiful, you're hot, you have the money, yada yada yada. Not lie. When they dark, you go realize saying only you day. That is why they say there's always my magani. When you don't finish. So my dear brothers and sisters,
good. No. If people can go and do whatever they are doing, the good thing they are doing for other people, and they showcase it, and other people learn and do it, it is still part of showing or preaching the gospel. So you don't have to tell them to dump down because you want them to align with your projected imagination of what a born-again Christian should be. It doesn't make sense like that. So if Tonto Dikeh wants to take her time and showcase what she's doing online, tell people that, oh, this is what I'm doing to help the kingdom of God, and other people are learning from me, so be it. Thank you. You don't have any rights.
This King Tonto things is directly proportional to Token Makiwa issue, one way or the other. And at the time of Token Makiwa, when I said something that she misled a lot of people, plenty of it came from me. But that's by the way. I like the fact that she has come out now, she has repented, and I think it's genuine. But one thing is that one of the major reasons is that there's nothing on the streets. She don't enter street, don't realize, say, no place like home. She has to go back. Go back to
the person that cheated on her.
All those young ladies.
This is what I'm married.
All those young. Let me educate you. For all those young bodies now that they are telling you that you are.
Before I start, I want to say something that the best of men is still what? A man. So there is one thing people do not really understand when it comes to influencers or people that have social media presence and all. Tonto Dikeh, when she was Tonto Dikeh, has been doing what she has been doing with her social media pages, right? When she had issues with her husband or her ex-husband, she talked bad about him and all. So it is only good and it is only fair that at this point that she's in Christ, she comes back and, you know, continues the same lifestyle. So it is just the same thing as her preaching the gospel by, you know, showcasing what she's doing and all. If she doesn't do it, some people will not realize that, oh, this type of thing is what people are doing, or some people will not even want to go and do that kind of thing. So I don't like it when people come with this whole sanctimonial, puritanical idea that you should come and when you want to do something, that you should hide it from social media, that when you're hiding it, it shows that you're doing something.
I for wait, you understand. And forgiveness, I recently forgave someone, January this year, and somebody very close to me. And there's this thing about forgiveness. It's not the person. That was what I got to know and understand about forgiveness. You're not doing it because of the person. If you did something to me and I say, oh, I forgive you, don't think I did it because of you. I did it for myself, because immediately I forgave that person, it felt like something left me, a burden just left me. My heart was just calm. So I feel like her forgiveness, whatever that she's doing, is genuine.
Okay, thank you. Ghana. Hello.
If you should bring your issue to social media, like the way Tonto brought her, and if you did something to me and I say, oh, I forgive you, don't think I did it because of you. I did it for myself, because immediately I forgave that person, it felt like something left me, a burden just left me. My heart was just calm. So I feel like her forgiveness, whatever that she's doing, is genuine.
Okay, thank you. Ghana. Hello.
If you should bring your issue to social media, like the way Tonto brought her and her husband's issue to social media to us, now that they've resolved it, let us resolve it. Bringing it back to us, telling us that I've forgiven it. That is what we want. You cannot bring the problem to us and go back and settle behind our back. Now, back to your question, if the forgiveness is genuine, I think it's genuine. Okay. Because I don't know Tonto personally, but from the way I've seen her online, I feel like the old her, she was governed by her bitterness and anger. Is bad. Me, I have anger issues. God forbid, I don't have it again in Jesus' name. But I know how bitter and angry somebody can be. When I used to be very, very angry, like there's nothing you want to tell me, I don't think I will just do it.
Oh, let's clap.
Like anything, I feel like if I'm angry, I will just do it. It's after the anger, that's when I will not think, I'll not say, hey, if I'm not doing like this.
Unless you're an online in-law, that they have to bring the issue to you. Me, I just want to advise people here. So in as much as we think that Tonto is right, that she has come back to tell people that they have settled, I think people should be wise. Because you see, whatever impression Tonto had created in the past, that people had modeled after her, I can assure you that there are still a lot of girls who took after her behavior, and their marriages or relationship got destroyed, that they didn't have the opportunity to re-amend it. Just like Tonto had an opportunity to re-amend whatever she had caused in the past. Okay. So as you role model after people, you should ask yourself, if this person changed tomorrow, will you have that same opportunity to change and do what you should do? If you will not, please be careful the people you take as role model and the decisions you make.
Blaming her for coming out to forgive or to tell us that she has changed. Tonto Dikeh did a lot. She messed up. She misled so many women. But that doesn't stop her from expressing how she felt. She was a scorned woman. And that was the best way for her to have, what's the word? That was the only way she could express herself. There are so many women, when they're angry, they do a lot of things. And coming out to say it publicly was the best way for her. And she felt better. Anytime she comes and faces the camera, she felt better. Though she'll go back and cry. She has misled so many ladies, and I feel that she has done so many wrong and she wants to make it right. She has a 10-year-old child. As a mother, I feel what she has done is the right thing, because that boy will grow up and see the nonsense she did online. So when he grows up, he's going to forgive his mother for insulting his father. He's going to forgive his mother for misleading so many people. He will love her more, because if she had not done it, that boy will grow up to hate his mother and he will go and look for his father. So she has done the right thing by coming out to make her wrongs right.
And God, I go bless this woman. Now God, I go bless this particular woman when they talk so. In case you pretend say you don't want to hear what she talk, she's saying, even Toto not go make peace now. She don't already know that prospectively she will be disgraced by her son. I wish is the truth. There's no way you will hide it. The son will grow up to understand that my father was a good father, but my mother did not allow me to have a good relationship with my father. Then all your satanic and disgraceful acts you did before and after you gave birth to your child, the child will grow up to know. Yes, you can't hide it now. This woman nailed him.
Sisi, she did a lot of things. She messed up. Let's accept that. She did a lot of things. She messed up, and the right thing for her to have done is what she has done.
When you leave your husband, you go of that kind of person. I'll be surprised if we ain't do. So I don't think she has any influence on anybody. She's still struggling to be relevant in the social media space. That's what I feel. Me, I'm not convinced she has changed. I'm not convinced at all. I feel there's a bigger problem here. And I feel it's more of a mental problem that most people are not looking at. Two things. She's seeking attention. Why would you be doing some, maybe you're cleaning the church and you're telling someone to video me and post it? What's all that for? Is attention, unnecessary clout and attention. If you have changed, for goodness sake, your actions will tell. You don't need to get somebody to recording your change action so that other people can see you have changed. And I'm even surprised she influence people, because I'm surprised. Because when I see that kind of person, I wonder how much influence she can have on another woman.
What exactly did she do? I can't remember her coming out to say that, oh, leave your husband because I'm leaving my husband. She lived her life. Anybody that is being influenced by one of these people doesn't have sense. Then you can't blame her. Okay, thank you. Please, what's her offense? What exactly did she do that you people cannot forgive her for? She only reacted to. You people are saying, maybe he is. Her pain responded. You people are saying, oh, she influenced other people's marriage and she did this, she did that. What happened in her house? Is it the same thing that happened in the next person's house? How can you say she influenced somebody's? I'm in my house and I'm living happily. My husband did not do anything to me. Because Tonto Dikeh came and said that, oh, her husband cheated and he did this and that, she's going to influence me to leave my husband. No. So you people should stop judging her on her reaction. She knew what she went through. She experienced what she experienced. And she came out, she reacted the way she reacted. Doesn't mean that she's going to influence the next person. And now she's coming out to say that, oh, she has changed. She's now a born again. She has forgiven this person. And you're saying, oh, because she influenced somebody in the past, that she cannot go back to change.
Okay, well, let's leave it there. Let's face the main topic. Tonto Dikeh, now a woman of God. She has repented. She reconciled with her ex-husband and all that blah 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 blah. For me, only one word I just want to talk before we start talking with our Commander Rita is the first, then Madam Adama, then before Sir Louis. Only one word I want you to say. This woman, Tonto Dikeh, na recess na she did. She just take break. Yes, but don't worry. I'll remind you. For those of you that will contact me today, I'll remind you. Maybe not go even take before I go to my and say, oh, I remember say I tell her say na recess she did. She just did break. All right. So No wahala. I appreciate every one of you right there. Thanks for your long time wait. Yes, nobody buy me coffee today. Why not they do me like this? I just still offend people today now. As I bring this matter, I never give submission. No. The dollar sign is there. Just buy me a coffee. Or on a Naira you get. Normally, I suppose they showcase my Naira account because I'm Nigeria ID. I don't they remember to showcase them. Okay, let me put it there now. That's my Naira account right there on the screen. Just copy them. Send me money for inside. I go come here, I'll come mention up, say you send me money. Yes. Let me say I don't put an announce. Some people come, they say they don't send me billions. So if I not come here, come announce. No, say nobody put body. Oh. You know, so that's the thing. But nevertheless, yes, somebody should buy me a coffee. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. Mother Rita, oh, talk to us, man. Good evening to you.
Mr. Elvis. Mr. Elvis, good afternoon.
Thank you. Want to hear your angle. Your angle. You don't see where they come from this time.
Mr. Elvis, oh, Mr. Elvis, Mr. Elvis, Mr. Elvis. Mr. Niger Watch. Mr. Niger Watch. No more bad government. My lovely mommy, Lamehi mommy, and greetings to you all. Is that Madam Adana? Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, ma. Mr. Lewis, it's been a while. Mr. Lewis, welcome. It's good to, in fact, let this, nobody should just join us. I just like the way we are now, the four of us. 2 men, 2 women. It makes sense. Everywhere still. Good evening to everybody in the comment section. Abu Azi, Divine Cross, Timi Alabe, Kinsey 247, Dixon, Idahagbon, Uwabo Felix. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name properly. Timi Alabe, Christian Excel. Anyway, Vetus Ekwebelem, Oriyomi, Mr. Abdul, Oremi, how are you doing? Okay, greetings to everybody who's from home. I'm surprised nobody called. But Mr. Elvis, first of all, I'd like to say that, well, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak. But you said something in the beginning. You said, why is it that it's this kind of topic that you always, that I happen to show up? I'd like to say something. It's just coincidental, Mr. Elvis. It's coincidental.
No, but okay, if it's coincidental, at least 80% of topics like this, you're always here to support
It's
me.
coincidental.
But you don't see more of women. That's what I was saying.
It's coincidental. You made me laugh.
I want
It's okay.
women. Yes. I want more women to put smart on things like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the women in the house, all the great women who are listening to the sound of my voice, it would be amazing. All the experienced women should be amazing if they come and talk about this issue. But I don't really think this is one issue that, you know, a lot of women really want to talk about, because I don't look at it as something very serious. I don't know, personally, I don't. Where will I start from? Okay, it's about Tonto, right? First of all, I'd like to say I wish her all the best, and I'm happy she's telling us she's at peace. I hope she's really at peace. I'm believing it's a day by day healing. Healing is not automatic, you know, it's one day at a time. It's, you know, every day is just another new day. Every day brings something new. I'm sure she knows that. First of all, they say arrogance and pride comes from an inner pain and spiritual emptiness. Arrogance and pride comes from an inner pain and spiritual emptiness. I really don't know where to start from. Okay, it's one of those ladies in that group that she wore like a native ombre outfit, and who was talking about you know, Saul. To me, in all the people who you have played, that was the only lady who made sense. Not the one that was wearing glasses. The woman that spoke before the one wearing glasses. The one that was wearing glasses, she was also, in fact, she was just spot on when she talked about her son being 10 years old. yes, this lady has messed up, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to tell everybody this. And I keep telling, you know, people, anybody that I know, old or younger, I always say, stop seeking validation from social media influencers, whether they're on social media or you see them on a daily basis. Stop seeking validation from influencers on social media. The purpose of saying that is the reality of today is that a lot of young people seek validation from influencers. A lot of them, they seek validation for people to love their pictures, to like their pictures. They see the number of likes and love. You know, the less number of likes and love means nobody loves me. They're seeking validations from strangers. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Stop seeking validations from strangers. Stop looking for heroes in strangers. Stop looking for a father figure in strangers. Stop looking for a mother figure in strangers. Just stop it. And the reason why there's that deficit of need or deficit of trying to look for something that means, that shows that you are being loved, is because of how our society has become, what our society has become. And it stems from the basics. What is the basics? The family unit. That's the basics. Yes, it stems from the family unit. When a girl has never been told by her father, that she's a princess, that there's no man that will tell you you are beautiful, because you hear your father tell you all the time you are beautiful, you're intelligent. When a girl doesn't seek the love of a mother to tell you, okay, this is how, a lady should behave, this is how a lady should speak, we have a messed up society. So it's a combination of a whole lot of things. But at the end of the day, it starts from the basic, and that is the family unit. And that is the truth. And many of our family units in this world, as we know it, is all messed up. There's a lot of people going through trauma. It's both male and female. Some can't handle relationship. Some are seeking addiction in something to make them feel good. Some are looking for somebody to like their pictures on social media to make them feel good. Some are looking for attention from influencers or whatever it is that will make them feel good. People are just, there's a lot of happy pictures but sad people. I remember somebody made that. I don't know the exact text, but it says social media is filled with happy people, beautiful people but sad people, something of that line. And it's true. And it's true. I'm not saying Tonto Dikeh is she's a beautiful woman. She's looking for validation of some sort, but anybody, in fact, you don't even need to be a psychologist to know that obviously this beautiful woman from time immemorial, as we know it, as we know her acting, there was obviously a deficit of a lot of things that anybody can identify. There was a lot of issues. Now, one of the issues I have a problem with here was somebody that mentioned, one of the people who was speaking, a guy, and he said, "Oh, what's her name? Tokemakiwa did the same thing." It is not the same thing. So we need to put things in perspective. Nigerians, unfortunately, they lack comprehensive thinking or comprehensive way of putting things in the right perspective. Why do I say that? That guy saying Tokemakiwa did the same thing. Tokemakiwa wrote a book talking about her marriage, talking about herself, what she sacrificed. At the end of the day, the man went to have another child outside marriage. The man made her bleach her skin. The man made her look a certain way because the man loved light-skinned women. She was just, I think the title of the book was Unbecoming. I can't remember. This is a woman who is talking about her life, her marital life, and what led to the end of the marriage. It was so obvious from day one that she lacked that fatherly figure. She saw it in that her husband. The man controlled how she looked and everything. She felt inadequate. She didn't feel she was enough. Right? And she explained it, and that is inspirational to some women who were in that same kind of relationship to say, this is what will happen. If a man doesn't love you and doesn't want you, but if you choose to cling to it, this is what you might experience. It's completely different from Tonto Dikeh's issue. That's why I say some people lack the comprehensive way of putting things in the right perspective. They just say that out of bitterness or anger. There's always something that is lacking in such a person that make that kind of statement, because perhaps references to a personal relationship. But Nigerians are listening to you. There's a lot of people who are not experienced. There's a lot of young people who need to see people who put things in right perspective so they understand, because everybody's situation is different. It's different. A lot of men were even making a comment like, oh, there's a guy that said there's nothing outside though. There's nothing outside though, meaning that, oh, Tonto Dikeh, she's been so frustrated that, okay, now she has come to the realization she cannot be a father and a mother at the same time to her son. She needs a father figure, so she has to do this. Like, come on. Come on. You're just getting out of the main point and the main issue. That's the issue I have with many. In fact, let me just pause, because some people will now start to misinterpret me, which I really don't. It's not my problem. If you want to misinterpret me, that's your problem. But just listen. Listening skills, Nigerians lack it. They just want to just change a narrative to suit how they're thinking or how they're feeling or what they've experienced. Tonto Dikeh's issue is not the same as Osinachi. Osinachi was going through an abusive marriage that possibly led to her death. Are you going to say it's the same thing? Some women are in relationships that leads to their death. Some are in relationships that has messed up their life health-wise. We all know this is with some of you, even happen to your family. Some of you are even experiencing it with one of your family members right now. So let's put things in right perspective. Tonto Dikeh's story is her story. Do not compare it with Osinachi or Tokemakiwa. It is Tonto Dikeh's story. This is her story, and this is how she has decided to present it to the world, whether you like it or not, whether you don't accept it or you don't believe her. It's your prerogative. But please put things in right perspective, because people are listening to you. People are learning. Please, if you don't know what to say, just listen to others. Please, don't convolute stories and mix it up, and then you mess up people's lives. People that need help. People are listening to Tonto Dikeh. They've gone through this. They need help. They need inspiration. No man is an island. Everybody doesn't know everything. But sometimes you can get inspired by people's experiences or people's story, or how they came out of addiction, how they came out of this different situation, how they even reconciled with the father of their children or the mother of their children. People want to learn, but don't mess it up and bring anger from your own personal experience and say all women are like this. Oh, she don't walk around. Oh, she's being used. She's 40 years old. She don't walk around. Now she has seen that there's nothing outside. What kind of I'm trying to look for a very proper word to use here. It's very obtuse mindedness that make you think like that. Very off. Because many of you are damaged, especially men that make those statements. You are a damaged man. I'm not insulting you. I'm trying to tell you what you know yourself, that you have issues and you need help. That's why I always preach about mental health. I always preach about a lot of men and a lot of women. We have a lot of damaged men and damaged women. Churchill's case, some people were saying, Mr. Office, you brought the case of when she was abused. She was showing pictures and all that. I asked a question. I said, is Mr. Churchill still married to that lady? Is it Miwa? I've forgotten what her name is. Is he still married? Because, that is a couple of years ago, she had pictures. There were pictures of the guy abusing her. So we're also dealing with another issue. Tonke was a damaged woman. Churchill himself seemed like a damaged man, because a man that lays a hand on a woman, no matter how abusive that woman is, there's a medical term for it. But any man that abuses a woman, beats her up, you're not a man. You're not. If you're listening to me, you are not a man. If you are listening to me and you are doing it, you are not a man. I'm telling you now. And one day you will meet somebody that will be your match. You will meet someone that's your Waterloo. This is the time to change. It also applies to women. If you're a woman and you fight or you beat your husband, You are not a woman. So if people forgot that part. Olakunle Churchill remarried somebody else. That one, you have children, time went by. There was a lot of things that showed that the man was abusing the woman. Today, we don't know if they're still married. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not trying to present that he's a bad man, but then people forgot that aspect. I don't even know if he's still married or he's estranged or whatever. Everything went ice water, quiet. Because I believe it's not everything on social media that I believe. There's some things that are happening behind the scenes. So I just want to say that for Tonto Dikeh, personally, I feel when somebody is going through a spiritual transformation, a spiritual awakening, there are certain things you do and there are certain things you do not do. If someone who's going through healing from addiction, there are certain things you do and there are certain things you do not do. Addiction, for example, she believes the Holy Spirit has healed her completely. You and I am not living with Tonto. I'm not with her on a daily basis. I don't know the temptation she goes through. I don't know the urges she goes through. I don't know the trauma or the triggers that would make her want to go back to, for example, the smoking that she talked about. For her speaking about it, just like any other addict, it is good because you're also helping other people who are going through that. Now, coming every other day to talk about your testimony, I feel that after you speak it out, go back to your private life, outside social media, outside the public. The healing becomes deeper. You know yourself more, you study more, you become better. But it becomes an everyday sensation. You sensationalize everything. The purpose will be defeated. That's, like I said, that's my own perspective. I will stop here for now. Maybe I can talk about other things for the next person to speak. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
All right, Madam Rita, thank you very much for your submission. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let's hear from Madam Adama. Madam Adama, it's good to have you on the show. I can see your network is taking you in and out. Please talk to us. Good evening to you. I don't know if you are there. Okay.
Did you call me? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I called you. Yeah, please talk to
Oh,
us, man. Good
sorry.
evening.
Sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. Niger Watch, thank you so much for bringing up this topic for our viewers. I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Mommy Diaspora, good evening, Ma. Madam Rita, Sal Louis, everybody in the comment section. Greetings to everyone. Now I want to start from the part of your topic, which says Tonto Dikeh called her former husband Churchill, same man she called a 2 minutes man. Okay, some people might be wondering, or the viewers are saying, what does it mean to be a 2 minutes man? As someone from a health background who believes in science, for those that don't know, I am I am a MD anesthesiologist by profession. So yes, it's okay for 2 minutes man. It's nothing for you to be shy of. If you know how the body works, there's something called low testosterone in men, and including women who have low libido. One thing I like about this segment is we want to come here and educate our viewers, not shame them, so that we all can learn together. And at the same time, learn certain things we have made and habits that we need to let go of. So I hope I've explained to those of you wondering, oh, if a woman said I'm a 2 minutes man, listen, don't get mad at it. There's something for men. I always advocate every man needs to go see a urologist 2 times a year. There's something called, I know this is birthday lights. I need to be careful. I'm in the US. My time is 2:53. And I know in the UK it's way past this thing. There's something called quick ejaculation on men. So that could be a lot of reasons could come from why that is happening. Women who have low libidos, so I want to have it balanced here. Women who have a hard time achieving orgasm, dry, when you come to your digestion is always dry. There's a reason for that. So it's the same thing. Make a time as a woman, go see your gynecologist. And for men, it's called a urologist. Make sure you stay fit, check your blood pressure. And for those people that say, oh, I'm fit, why am I still having the same problem? Something else is going on. Maybe the blood flow going through your this thing is blocked. Something, there may be 1,000 reasons. But if a woman tells you you're a 2 minutes man, don't take it personal. Tell that person, okay, no problem. Maybe when I did anything with you, I was tired or whatever. So let's move on from that. So the next thing I want to talk about, I wrote out everything I want to talk about so that I stay on topic is I want to caution us as viewers and as listeners, including me, be careful what you consume on the internet. Choose wisely who you want to make your role model. Because for those of you who have a lot of time in your hand, I will encourage you to read. Reading opens your mind. Research, go to the library. If you have nothing to do, keep your mind busy. And when I say keep your mind busy, not go on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. That's not keeping your mind busy. Read something, something that will challenge your mind, like that will open up those brain cells, that will have you think before you talk. And not everything you see on social media you're commenting on because you want to comment because you have free data or whatever. No, let's do better. And before you choose your role model, you need to understand one thing. Look at yourself first and ask yourself, what kind of change do you want for yourself? And realize that change starts from you as a person. Change starts from me, Adama, as a person. And whoever I choose as a role model, as a mom who has 2 grown kids, I always look at whatever I do, the effect is going to have on my daughters. And I have this policy where we can talk about everything. And I'm not shy to own as a mom where I have fallen short of being a mom to them. I can talk about it. So at the end of the day, let's be careful. Why I say that is this. For people who come online and say, oh, Tonto Dikeh, a lot of people was looking up to her. She did this to people's marriage. Let me tell you one thing. If Tonto Dikeh can convince you to leave your husband because she left Churchill, something is definitely wrong with you. Because at the end of the day, Tonto Dikeh is married to Churchill. You are married to your own husband. Only you know what you're going through with your own husband. But if someone you've never met in your life can have that much of an influence in you, you need to evaluate yourself as a human being because there's something deeper going on with you, not total decay. So that's on that. So let's come back to the thing she says about speaking in tongues. She's healed. With all due respect to her, Tonto Dikeh, you're not healed. Speaking from a medical perspective, this is one thing I want to say. For someone who has been through the kind of trauma you've been through, you need to stay away from social media. That's why we don't, any healing this thing facility you go to in the diaspora here, maybe in Nigeria, they may allow it. I don't know. They don't allow video recording because of your privacy, because there are some habits you need to let go of in order for you to heal mentally. But one of the greatest weakness you have as a person, Tonto Dikeh, is social media. Until you accept, you need to let go of that. All this shebraba, all this you're speaking in tongue, for people like me, I don't buy it. It doesn't influence me because I read my Bible. I have a connection with God. So what you say, I forgive him. Whether you forgive him, you don't forgive him, that's your business. It doesn't add anything in my life. Why do I say that? Because you know what? Forgiveness we need to learn as a person is an individual journey. I, as a person, I am not saying I'm perfect, but if I have a child with a man that I was in love with and it didn't work out, and I choose to punish that child because I'm no longer in love with that person, that is very foolish of me. And I'll tell you why I say that. When when you're in love with someone, you say all kinds of things. But when that love really shows up is when you guys are no longer together. It didn't work out. But what you don't know is you come out, you say this thing, the child is 10 years old, the child is 10 years old. And as for me, who's a mom, who have older children, I can't imagine keeping my children away from their father for that long, no matter how perfect of a mom I am, or no matter how present of a mom I am, because one day those children will come back, they will resent you as a mom. No matter how much you think you have things under your control, you do it well, you buy them everything. At the end of the day, one thing I want to encourage everybody listening to us, if you're a parent, whoever you choose to open your legs to, that's your business. I don't care. But if it doesn't work out tomorrow, be matured enough to sit down with this grown adult and say, listen, a child came out of this. How do we navigate this? Because it's all about the child. But coming out on a social media platform, putting your name king, this, my child's name is this, you're confusing the child itself. The child itself needs to go to therapy to learn a lot of things he has seen you as a mom do in a public space that if you are my mom, I will be very embarrassed to have you drop me off at school. That's just being realistic. It's just the way it is because we as parents, we do things, we think we're doing it to protect our children, but at the end of the day, you're doing things to harm your children. And why I'm saying that, I want women to listen to this. And I wrote it down. Please remember, no matter how accomplished of a woman you are and successful you are in your career, wherever you are, the Bible said the man is the head. It never said the woman was the head. No, what you ought to do is to help your husband or whoever it is, your partner. The Bible never said the woman is the head. Let's be clear about that. So, why am I saying that? You can earn six figures, whatever you want to earn. I don't care. At the end of the day, you have to still be under a man. And for someone like me who doesn't like being alone, I like sleeping at night next to someone else. I always encourage women who are successful, go getter, whatever you English you speak in your space, wherever you are in your medical practice, whatever. When you come home, you separate those two because you cannot incorporate those two together. No man will want to drag. You cannot come home. Yes, you run businesses, you run whatever, and you come home, you want to rule the house. For me, it's hectic. I want to say that. I want a man that leads. Because if you lead, I come home to a house that is calm. I can attend to you as a wife and our kids. I perform better that way. I don't like wearing the shoe at home because it's stressful. I can't be wearing the shoe at work and I'll come home, I'll be wearing, no, it's too much. For some women, they love that. But for me, Adama, everybody choose your distance, whatever you want to is your business. But we as women, we need to be very careful. Why I said that is this man that said, and Madarita said something. He said she doesn't know some Nigerians have issues about listening. Madarita, let me tell you, it's not about listening. They have problem about comprehending. It's one thing to listen to something. It's another thing. Can you comprehend what you just listened to? So please, let's be careful here what we digest and how we analyze it. When you sit back, for those of you that will listen to Tonto Dikeh and now say, oh, she has given her life to Christ. She's doing this. Let me to go and forgive my ex. Let me to go and do this. Listen, you're not Tonto Dikeh. Your situation and her situation is not the same thing. But one thing I have to tell you as a woman, if you have a child with someone you're no longer in a relationship with, and you decide to punish that child, and in order to get to that man, because you're the one that has the custody, most of the time in the diaspora, they tend to give the custody to women. And you say, oh, yes, he'll pay child support. Guess what? you're only punishing your child, whether you like it or not. I, Adama, said this. You don't need to like me. At the end of the day, that's why we have so many women who are baby mamas, who are whatever. But at the end of the day, let's be careful. If you slept with this person and this person turned out to be whoever they are tomorrow, you should be matured enough as a woman to deal with whatever shenanigans that person is bringing into you and say, listen, let's iron this out. A child is involved. How do we deal with this? And let's move on amicably, and it doesn't affect the child. You want to see your child? I'll allow you this and I'll allow you that. So, with that being said, I want to conclude with this. Um, there's something I wrote down. It says about when Stella asked her this question, do you think you've hurt someone? And this is why I wrote this down. And she said she can't remember anybody she's hurt. I, as a Dama, I can remember people that I've hurt, whether they come and tell me or not. It comes back to holding yourself accountable for something you've done in the past. So for those of you that said she has changed, my dear, go and watch that Stella interview. She said, I can't remember anybody that I've hurt. And I don't think I owe anybody any apology. So with
Exactly.
that, with that being said, please evaluate yourself. Is someone who just went and spoke in tongue, gave all these things she said, an interview was done where she's sitting. This is a woman, Stella. She has dragged Stella. Stella said, do you owe an apology to anybody you might have hurt? She said, no, I don't owe anybody any apology. I've not hurt anyone. And even when Stella said, I'm sorry, she refused as a person. And why do it goes back to the word I said. Change starts from each and every one of us. The change you want to see in someone, you need to ask yourself, if that change is imposed on you, are you able to implement and do those changes? So with that being said, Niger Watch, thank you so much for having me. Sir Luis, Madam Rita, it's an honor being on the platform with you guys. I'll be listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Adama. God bless you. Thanks for coming in to put your voice to this topic today. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I said earlier on that Tonto Dikeh only take break. She did recess. She not change anything. You know, Sir Louis, please talk to us, sir. It's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, sir.
Hello, I'm Mr. Helvis. Good evening. Good evening, Lady Rita and Lady Adama. And good evening, everyone. Those of you commenting, Mommy Diaspora, good evening. Thank you very much for this opportunity. All through the week, I was following you, listening to you, but because of our time differences, and sometimes when I finish, you already rounded up your program. So it was so difficult for me to join. It was such an interesting week with several discussions with the ADC and Peter Obi and, the preparation for next elections. So today I'm a bit free, even though I'm going to be rushing out very soon. So let me join and just add my voice because I'm one of this Niger Watch is my home online, and I love what you do here. Thank you very much for this opportunity. You see, I'll start from. You see, Nigerians are very loyal to their sentiment and biases. Nigerians in general. Nigerians don't like fact. They don't like truth. They only like this part of story that makes them feel okay. And that's the reason why we have an issue dealing with many of the things we are still handling in the country. Nigerians they have this confirmation bias, belief perseverance. Well, even when they see fact, they still want to hold on to that story that made them, that they want to hold on to. They don't care to know. So that's why we talk to some people, we tell them, they'll say, well, that's it. But for me, what I think they say, but someone just showed you the fact. So, Nigerians are like that. And you see, with the Pentecostal community, with Tonto Dikeh and Pastor Jerry Eze, there's a lot happening. I think I've said this to some other folks that within all the Christian communions all over the world, one Christian body that needs proper attention, that leaders need to come together and handle properly with the way things are going and with the next generation coming, with the kind of messages that they are hearing, the kind of people that they are allowing to influence them through the platform of this denomination is the Pentecostal denomination, the Pentecostal communion. Let me put it that way. We see all sorts of things from the one who said that we never follow a poor man who was once poor, and now with this current Tonto Dikeh, now pastors. What I saw during the week, some people said Pastor Jerry Heze is using her to just gain more relevance, to actually to also attract more people. Taking it back, what happened between this woman and her husband? There was that sent a very wrong message to lots of people. Like the two ladies here said, everything is so on point. For me, I thought that she could have handled many things privately. Coming out on social media to say all those things about her ex-husband, that was totally uncalled for. And many Nigerian women took everything she said, hook, line, and sinker, without even trying to have a balanced understanding. To some, they made a decision about their home like that. I'll tell you a story of a cousin of mine that got married. After 2 children, this guy went to work. He just started this real estate in Benin then. When he got back, the wife just packed her things. She left the house. And she was still young. She was still a student when they got married. She was at the University of Benin when they got married. She was still studying. And so this guy it was a very big issue. I called from there. I was in London. I called from London and we did everything. The lady didn't pick the call. And I called her best friend. Her best friend said, well, she just said, he said, we cannot really, we have to allow her, just follow her choice. What is follow her choice? You are married. Not that you were impregnated. You were married. If you have an issue, at least call your husband. You both will talk about it. But for him to just return from work, you packed your children. She went back to her mother's house. The mother did not even tell her, why did you come? The mother just embraced her straight. I mean, I was expecting the woman to call her son in and say, okay, please, your wife is here. Come today. Even if she doesn't want to leave now. Okay, she's here, she's mad. You come, let's talk. No. But what now surprised everyone was when this issue went on, they now went to her father's house. At least when they paid her bride price, when they did the wedding, they went to her father's house and everything. That was where they married her from. The man said something. First, she was there. My cousin's mom was there. Even my late mom went with them. They asked her several questions. Has the husband ever abused you? She said no. Has your husband ever done this to you? She said no. Okay, please, do you want to tell us? Just tell us, why have you decided that you want to leave your husband? There was nothing reasonable she could say. But the dad said something. The dad said, he said the same way she left her husband. That was how the mother left him many years ago. He said he was a civil servant then. When he was at work, when they called him from work, that the wife packed the children and she left. That he did not even know that the mother was secretly building a house in Benin. That one day was at work when they called him and told him that the wife packed the children, the wife left. And now this same girl did it. Now, after that happened, I saw on our social media page, then he said, freedom at last, time to explore. And my cousin, everyone saw it. And then on a few occasions, I bumped into her in some lounge and bars in Benin after 2 children. But the funny part of it is the friends that spoke to her, that she was hanging out with her fellow University of Benin friends, that they were all going out together, that she thought that she saw marriage as imprisonment. The day came when she just said, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But the same guys she was hanging out with, the same girls, they are all married now. While she is still out there single with carrying the 2 children from one place to another. The guy she was dating immediately she left my cousin. The guy is one young guy that made some money, and the guy was actually beating her. That was how she broke up with that guy, because there was an issue that happened there when they went to a bar in Benin. Publicly humiliated her. And when I got in, I said, you got married to a man that never raised his son to hate you. You just woke up one day. But you know why I'm saying this is? As at that time, this girl, Tonto Dikeh, was a role model. As at that time. She used to always talk so much about her. She just packed your bags, just left. Now, you now ended up with a man that humiliated you, that disrespected and disregarded you, beat you out there, dehumanized you out there publicly. But now, the ex-husband is married now. She's out there with 2 children. You see, You know, the problem is Nigerians. Nigerians love to follow, but Nigerians are not good at sitting back to look between the lines. Like, okay, this person influencing me. Let me just look at the life of this person, and that tells you that we have a lot to do. Comprehension is the problem. I mean, two ladies pointed that out, but many Nigerians have a problem far beyond that. And this thing, I don't know if it's spiritual, if it's inherited, and this is the reason why you see many of them rush into most of these religious houses, and they get brainwashed into doing so many things. There will be several cases I've seen where a man who is married as a pastor will tell a woman. One came to me in London years ago, and God saved that woman. She said the pastor told her that she come out to come and pray in the house. Her husband was working in an oil company in Nigeria. Our pastor friend in London that was praying for her, and her husband said, I want you to do a special prayer for you. Please come to mass to pray for your husband. A night vigil. Say, but don't tell your husband you are coming. So when she got that, don't tell your husband, that made her, started thinking like, if you tell him to come to your house to come and do a night vigil to pray for my husband, why are you telling me not to tell my husband that I am coming? And when she told me, I said, woman, that man want knock you. He wants to sleep with you. You see, this is so when we bring all this together, you understand Nigerians, in a very large extent, we follow people and we make a decision based on what we see them display on social media. And millions of Nigerians, let me use the word millions because I mean this young generation still, those in our generation, I'm one of the 80s babies, so we millennials as we're called. Many people in our age still don't have the common sense to think for themselves. This lady, Tonto Dikeh, she's not yet healed. You see all these things she's doing. Testimony is not a show. Coming out, oh, I've received the Holy Spirit. Papa, come and pray for me. This testimony is not a show. Testimony is an act of gratitude, acknowledging what God has done. If you are still healing from marital pain or any deep personal hurt, it is wise not to come forward to perform or impress anybody. Instead, submit quietly to spiritual authority, remain in God's presence, grow in the word. Healing comes through humility, patience, a constant fellowshipping with God. It's not what you do in the open. Oh, my church called me, we talked, this, blah, 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 God, all those things. Yes, the words are very good. Many people will say, they will say, we congratulate you, but you know what? I see a woman still living in pains. And just a little trigger like this, trust me, something else will come up again. So she's unstable right now. She's still very, very unstable. It's not the time. All these things are not what you do to impress anybody. Because when it comes to life-making decisions, something that actually will affect your life and that of your family, you don't impress anybody with it. You don't. And your child is involved in it. That young boy was born to a toxic home. A toxic home from birth up to 10 years now. It's been one issue to another from Daddy Freeze's life when he said the man is a 2 minutes. But remember, he had that video with Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze was who trying to close her mouth. She was saying it, and several videos were made after that. Internet, don't forget now. This young boy is going to grow up to see these things. And the man in question, he moved on. I mean, with another woman now. He said the man reached out, returned the child's passport and everything, and the child prayed for him. My only prayer for her is that I just pray that she's actually sincere, that everything that is happening in her life right there is true transformation, not a show off. And even if she's not just trying to show off, if she's not properly healed, I would advise that she go and seek quiet healing, not a public healing, because there's no validation here. There's no trying to seek public validation, because this is your life we're talking about. Leave the public alone, because social media is so good to lure you and applaud you to your own doom. Even when you are falling, people will come and make all sorts of stupid comments, but you know you cannot lie to yourself. You know what is happening in your own life. Forget what you are putting out there. People post all sorts of false stories just to make them feel okay. But even after everyone has uploaded you, like a lady said to me years ago, she said, when a lady is going through divorce, you come out on social media to talk, you lie about your partner. People come and people make comments. You get more than 500 comments. After the social media is, when you sit alone in your house, you know the truth to yourself. Forget everyone coming to write rubbish. You know the truth. You know what you are going through. But you are putting the lie. The lie will never replace the reality that you are facing. That lie will not replace it. So I just pray that everything that is happening in her life right now, that she's actually that God will truly heal her. And for the pastor Jerry Eze,
I don't think Toto is ripe enough. So because she said something in one previous video about she's now praying, he has a man to come lay his hand on her head, that God is not using our people. She's now no, it's not, that is not how this thing is done. This is the problem with the Pentecostal community right now. You know, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, everybody just comes up and say, God has called me. Yes, God can use anybody, but there's a process for it. She submit herself to discipleship first. She must go through that process. Then after she's gone through that process, then she can then go out to begin to lead others. Because right now, using her celebrity status to want to just jump from one platform of being someone who was a drug abuser, someone who was addicted to all sorts of things, to now jump to that platform and say, I'm now preaching, speaking in tongues. That is not right. That is not right. That's why many people today who should be in Amadiokan Shrine, they're all pastoring churches preaching nonsense. I told a pastor a few days ago, he was telling me that what the pastor said is true when he said he cannot follow a poor man. I told him, I said, sir, if I were to be in London right now, I will not follow you. I said, because you look poor. I was so brutal with him. So if that becomes the message of the church, then why should I follow you? Why should anyone come to your church? You have a church in London. Are you rich? No, let's start equating money with authority or anointing right now. Because you people are promoting nonsense. The Pentecostal community has become a place of junk. It's the only religious body in the world that the celebrity status influences, or the celebrity word influences. Every other religious body in the world, they stay true to their values. But the African Pentecostal community, everything you see out there happening in the world, they break it inside. And that is the problem. There's no value, there's no standard. Someone just come and begin to, before you know it, you will open a church. You start, there's even one gospel artist. I don't want to call her name. She's a proper abuser of drugs. She's always on TikTok, speaking in talks almost every day. And when I know people who know her behind the TikTok, behind all these things, I begin to wonder, what the hell is all this? It's some sort of regurgitation. People who listen to you, they just regurgitate the things you pass on to them without thinking for themselves. That becomes part of them. They pass it on to others. So it becomes a circle. And that is one of the problems we have today. So, Tonto, I pray that she gets the full healing. That all is well with her. But for me as a man, if a woman I once married humiliates me like that, it's going to take a long process for me to actually just... Now, I'm not saying, unforgiveness is when you have a poison in your mouth, especially someone else to die. I'm not going to be holding on to that, because that kind of also affects you as a person, your blood pressure and your blood level and everything. When you begin to feel so much hurt and pain, no, heal yourself from that. But for me to deal with such a person again, it's going to be very easy. For the child's sake, of course, keeping appearances, that's fine. Taking care of my child, that's fine. But you as an individual, you as a person, you are a toxic human being. Trust me, if an opportunity comes tomorrow, you will do more than what you did. So I'm going to be very, very careful with you. People who do not have shame, who can come out on social media and say sort of rubbish. Whatever happened in the bedroom, you bring it out and you share it out there. And, something should be kept secret. Because you just wanted to just rubbish a person. And if you guys broke up, you guys still have a child, that's different issues. There's a child involved, and you come out to humiliate the father of your son that way. And, the mother did not actually come out to insult her the way she did. But okay, that is gone now. So I just pray that she gets it. That she gets the healing, that God truly heals her, and this whole thing comes to an end. Thank you.
All right, Sir Louis, thank you very much for breaking it down. I appreciate you. Thanks for your wonderful submission, and thanks for also addressing the pastor they are worshiping as well. Okay, I would like to call in Prince Collins. It's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please, you have 8 minutes. Thank you.
Mr. Vish, thank you very much. God bless you. Happy weekend to everyone. My fellow panelists, happy weekend. Those that have spoken, you've all spoken very well. It's nice to be in your midst. Those in the comment section. I celebrate you once more. My sister, Sister Rita, the lady that spoke before. I appreciate all of you. And the last speaker, my brother, God bless you, Sir Louis. You see, that is what it is. I'm going to be a bit I'm going to digress a bit, but it's almost the same thing that we are saying. You see, this is a lesson to most people. This is not just happening to. It happens mostly, to women, but it's in both men and women. First, I would like to talk about the issue of anger, the spirit of anger. When you are angered and you cannot control your emotion, and you believe that there is no end to that anger, and you believe that the world is going to come to an end, and you believe that, oh, this is the end of the world, let me make sure that everything is completely destroyed. That's when you use some kind of words that you're not supposed to use. And that inability for you to control your emotion, inability for you to control yourself when you are joyful, when you are angered, when you are sorrow, when you are in sorrow, when you are happy, when you whatever, when you also being in a mood whereby you have to get involved in surprises and all that. These are areas where emotional control, emotional intelligence become very, very important, and these are most of the things that define somebody being a head or a leader on his or her own capacity. You see, anger is very, very, very bad. When you don't control your anger, you say things that you can't say, that you cannot take back. So most time, it is common among women. I don't know, maybe that's the way God has made them, but I think it's fair enough for people as human to be able to control their anger, so that we don't say what we will say that we can never take back. She really messed up. She said so many nasty things. She never knew that today is going to come. So there are how many seconds, man, that she called that gentleman. I'm sure the 10 years that she spent outside, she must have seen a lesser second Ben. People that are 2-3 seconds or even 1 second. So now that she's coming back, is she not coming to face that same seconds? So people should control the way they speak. On that note, I will talk about the role of government in this kind of activities or in this kind of crisis, because these are contemporary issues that need to be addressed in African society, because these things do not happen in the developed or Western world that we are learning from, where we try to tend to learn democracy. Talking about issues like this, when issues like this come up, this is where social media is not even relevant, because there's no provision. When there is provision that has to do with social services and social works, this is where they come into play. They intervene. There is what they also call early intervention, which is proactive. There is active intervention, which is trying to de-escalate issues that is going on. And there is also therapeutic intervention, whereby issue has happened, they have to cool it down and support the family. These things are not available in Nigeria as a country. And this has to do with the system that has been broken down, that is not working, that is failing the people. And you also see the social services that are not playing their role. And as a result of that, we turn around, because the government is not even financially buoyant, because they are stealing all the money, they are not assisting people. Because in a developed society, the government plays their role by supporting the family financially, and the social services play their role by making sure that the resources that is directed towards the family to assist the whoever that is in whoever that is in charge of the children, that is supposed to be the carer of the children, whether the father or the mother or anybody outside that, is properly managed when it comes to the finance that is being directed to the family. These are issues that are not relevant in Nigeria. These are issues that are not relevant in Africa. And when people face this kind of situation, they are supposed to be given therapeutic assistance, advice. They can go for therapy section. People, they speak to professionals, not nuisance, not social media. They speak to people that know, that have got experience in that area, that can support them positively to help support their mental health. These things are not available back in Nigeria. So what do? The last resort is to visit religious leaders that call themselves Christians by way of pastor, father, daddy, GO, Bugwe. They visit these people because these people is their last resort. And these people become the actors in this area, in the above mentioned issues. They become a player and untrained and unsupervised. So they mislead the people. So that is why you see our society is broken down and it cannot be, fixed because there is no, structure that is set aside to checkmate issues like this. So most time we don't blame people the way they act because when people are not mentally okay, they can do anything that they cannot control. So resorting to social media, we cannot even blame them. Although it's not a good thing, but you can't blame them because they have no control, they have nowhere to go. If there are social works to support them, if there are therapeutic sessions that they need support, they will go to that extent, they will get the support. So for me, I always direct this issue to bad governance. Because Tonto Dikeh is being heard today because she's a celebrity. Otherwise, thousands of issues on daily basis like this are happening all around in our country, our great country. People are suffering. Marriages are being broken, they're suffering. People are having mental issues. Men and women are suffering. Husbands by wives by husbands, children by mom and other. Matrimonial issues and domestic violence everywhere. Uncontrollable issues that we cannot hear. That cannot be revealed to us because the social media is not there to give us that information. So it boils down to the fact that until the right thing is done, until the right structure is fixed, until we put our resources together to make sure that it is directed towards the people first, not the leaders first, until those resources are directed towards making sure that the masses are priorities, we are going nowhere in Nigeria. We'll keep wallowing around and we'll keep having issues that we'll discuss. We'll still having contemporary issues similar than these, or even worse than these, that we'll discuss on daily basis that we cannot give an answer to. There are so many Tonto Dikeh everywhere. There are so many issues. What about that late musician that time? I can't remember that the husband, they said the husband, bullied him and fired him. And the man was sentenced, and at the end of the day, they said the man ran away from I can't remember that precious musician that died, that was in this man's church. What's her name?
Is it Osinachi?
The case, what about the case? It's gone. They said the man ran away from the prison. He escaped. That is Nigeria's system. So people don't even get justice. The justice system has been rubbished. So people just take laws into their hands, they do whatever they do. This one is even a minor issue. Thank God that this is the way it has ended. She brought the issue to social media. She has spent 10 years outside. Not in there outside, everywhere off. Need to go back to the family, take care of the children.
Okay,
Sorry,
Mr.
Mr.
Can I ask a question? Nigeria was, with your permission, please. We have 3 men on this platform, and just to create a balance, what would you men say Churchill what would you as men hold Churchill accountable for? Madam Ritas, I don't know if you're hearing me. Can you hear what the question I asked? So
I am
if you
hearing
need to
you
push back.
loud and clear.
Yeah, I get
Yes.
you. I get you. Let me quickly say this. You see, I started by emphasizing on the role of social services in intervening in marriages and matrimonial issues. Because when you don't have the right source or the right professionals to intervene, you wouldn't even know your fault, and you wouldn't even know where you are going bad or where you are going wrong. I'm not here to discuss whoever is wrong or that was right, because the man was not a perfect person. That is why the role of professionals will come in. You'll be surprised that if you go in details, if professionals are invited into this issue, not these pastors, these riffraff that call themselves men of God that use when Babalawo become a pastor and have altar. Not these kind of people, professional people that are trained to do the job. When they come in, you'll be surprised that the man by now is supposed to be in jail. That is why I am using professionals that are supposed to get involved are not there. The institution of Nigeria is rubbish. It's rubbish. You cannot get the truth because there is no evidence-based analysis in that land. So the man, we cannot say anything about the man today because he didn't come on to social media to say anything.
Prince Colin, I have something to say. You just mentioned, you said there's no evidence-based analysis, but it's so easy for people to judge Tonto Dikeh because you feel that whatever she has chosen to display
Yes,
is evidence-based, unquote unquote. So that's why
yeah,
she's being judged. But
yeah,
Madam Madala just asked you a question. Are we
yeah.
saying now? Are we saying that Churchill in during that relationship? I know that's not what we're talking
He's
about.
so innocent. Thank you.
Are we saying now that he was so nice and he was angelic that she had to leave? She couldn't stand his beautiful light. But now you're saying it has to be evidence-based. Hello, okay, he got married again. I just made that example. The woman he's married to, there was some level of abuse that was alleged. Even the woman had to display it. We don't know if they're together. So there is a problem here. That's what she's asking. There's no need to talk about professionals now. Tell me what your judgment is about Churchill, right? Based on his actions during that relationship. Because everything cannot just be Tonto Dikeh.
Okay, I just spoke about evidence. I just spoke about
that picture. Did she beat herself? Or we will say she's lying, or she has mental issues and she hurt herself. So I don't know if that's the issue, but
I just said
talking about.
I'm coming. I just said if you listen to my word, I said if professionals were involved, probably the man would have been in jail. I just told you that. I don't know if you can recollect that I said that, because there is no proper investigation.
No, but no, hold on, Mr. Praise Collins. It's so easy for you to say he will be in jail. Please define to our viewers, what do you mean he will be in jail? Based on what are you saying he's going to be in jail for?
Based on but why I'm saying probably, because everything is alleged based on the picture that Tonto Dikeh showed, that the mom has been, she's been passing through domestic violence through Tonto Dikeh. If there was a proper investigation and he's found guilty, he would have been jailed. But was there a proper investigation? No. Why? Because the system is not structured to get evidence.
Please, I don't understand what you're saying, sir. You're consisting of
to support women. That's what you should say, sir.
Sorry, can I say?
Madam Rita, what investigation was done? Please, what investigation?
Sorry, can I quickly say this?
The system is not structured to support matrimony.
I think the allegations that Tonto brought forward after the time this whole thing came up, she spoke about infidelity, she spoke about domestic abuse, neglect and irresponsibility, drug use, failure to properly support the home, questionable claims about his wealth and business dealings. These were the stuff she brought forward. And before before she came out in the public to say this, I guess both had several issues in the house regarding this topic, and the domestic abuse was made public because she showed marks. I think there was a picture of her and her face and everything. So yes, I know one is saying, all fault is Tonto, that she just went wild and became a different person. No, my own take was like something's gonna be dealt with privately. Of course, the man did a lot. It takes two to tango. No one can just become mad based on herself or by herself. Do you
Okay,
understand?
but Sir Louis, this is what we're saying. Be specific. What did the man do wrong? We are calling out Tonto on what she did wrong as women, as men. What did Churchill do wrong?
What
All right.
Churchill did wrong is exactly what she said. But why are people calling out Tonto is because she came out publicly to actually say everything she said. If they're both and that is our own, maybe our own, she not controlling her emotions. I mean, that can happen to anybody. But then what went wrong is
Nigerian men are angry because of the 2 minutes aspect. That's just it. You guys
okay.
God bless you, Madam Rita.
Rita, I was gonna go there.
Because of the 2 minutes.
I was gonna go there.
Forgetting every other thing.
I was gonna go there.
Okay, be going there, Mr. Louis. Talk. I'm hearing you.
Please not going there, sir. Please not going there, sir. That 2 minutes is very important to me. It's very important to me.
I was gonna go there. Do you know?
And this will be another degree. I mean, I not be say that 2 minutes not be easy matter.
Let me leave Prince Collins. It's your time. Please continue. I think we'll talk about this later.
We are discussing.
You don't get time. Prince Collins just finished.
We can speak the way it is now. So you see, let me briefly. Yeah. Okay. Briefly. Okay. Briefly, let me throw this in. I'm not personally. I'm not against Tonto Dikeh because I'm just saying that why she keep soliciting assistance from places that are not relevant and which is including social media and visiting pastors that are not supposed to be. It's because there are no professionals on ground to support her. That is why people are hearing her, because if there are professionals, she'll get the right support and she will be be too loud. She might not be too loud to the way it is. I'm not also saying that the man is a saint, because if the system is all right, when you complain that this man is taking I'm having domestic violence in my house. Once you say it, the system will act. They don't need to wait for you to come and report it. Once you just say it, once they see it from social media, they'll get the man arrested and they put him on the right track and they try him. That's what I'm saying. So we cannot.
Mr. Collins, we're not being realistic here. Let's have a conversation that we know exists in the country that we both know. Social service doesn't exist the way it exists in the diaspora. So if you say once you put it in the social media, what are you talking based on? What was put on social media? And please, I would like to know the number of that social service you're claiming that you're saying, oh, if they pick it up as professional. The question Madam Rita and I are asking are specifically, what did Churchill do wrong as a man? I feel that this, and Madam Rita just said it, she just took the word out of my mouth. Men are pained because they call this man a 2 minutes man.
Okay,
and I'm
Lady
explaining it.
Adama, please, a quick one. Sorry for interjecting you. A quick one.
Go ahead.
Please understand that not only men. When you say men are pained, you have to understand the fact that the people reacted with so much disgust to Dikeh are not just men. So many women out there also.
They are mostly women.
She also came out. So we say men are pained. It's both sides now. Okay, do you understand?
Yes. Both men and women, including I am pained as a woman, because you know why? For those that are listening to her, and when I started my submission, and when I spoke with my monologue, I gave this and I explained what 2 minutes from the science angle can happen to any man on this platform, no matter how fit you are. I even gave an example. There's something called quick ejaculation. Okay, it happens to men. If you study science and you know your biology the way I do, you will not argue these things. But this is one thing women have done. Women have weaponized this thing of if they tell a man you're a 2 minutes man, you guys lose it. And I want to tell women, men, if they tell you you're a 2 minutes man, tell them their libido, that's why they are dry down there, is equal. So the point I'm trying to make, I'm not just trying to, Michelle Obama say, when they go low, we go high. Me, when you go low, I'll go low with you because I can understand the rhetoric and I don't let this professional and the way I'm speaking fool you. The point I'm trying to make is all this is, if someone is saying something to you that gets to you, You as a person know who you are. And I'm saying to you, whatever they are saying, and I see this thing is based on ego. Once you tell any man he's an 2 minutes person, everything about his ego is shattered. Every man wants to be 1 hour, 45 minutes, whatever minutes. But I'm trying to tell you, in order to for you to achieve your climax and all those things, you have to be at a certain level of health and everything. Let's not go there because this is a daytime show. But let's be realistic. You men are some men are pained, including me as a woman. Tonto is an embarrassment. Let me tell you why I say that. A woman that says she's been smoking since she was how old? I don't know how old she is.
13.
And she came. 13.
She's
And she
40.
came when they were, and she said, not just smoking, even the eyes, her sight is gone. She's wearing a prescription glasses. So let me tell you something. When you are being intimate with someone like that, without even anybody being told, she's high when you're being intimate with her. She's used to being high. It's called, and that's something Madam Rita said. I'm someone, when every one of us, but when Nigeria was playing all this video, I sat, I watched, and analyzed each and every one of them. The one that paid an interest to me, I picked it down, I wrote it down. When she says something about, oh, this thing, I've been using drugs, I've been doing this. My sister and I, she didn't know her father. And I want to say something to people listening. Childhood trauma is something realistic. We come from a background, we don't believe in therapy. We come from a background, we shame women, we shame mental health. We don't believe that when you speak out on the mental health. I'm not saying those of us here who are educated, exposed, we can talk about it. But the average Nigerian, I just asked Prince Collins,
Yeah,
and Sir Louis said it.
sorry, one second. That is where we are getting it wrong. We come from a
Yeah.
society, not that we don't believe in therapy. It's not there. It's not available. You can only use what you have. It's not there. If it is provided, we'll use it.
Exists. It's just stereotypical. When this
Where
woman from
is
this
for
woman,
church?
Betty
Deliverance.
Irabo, when she was having her mental breakdown, she mentioned something. When she's talking about her depression and how she wanted to commit, she wanted to commit, but she said she started asking herself, like, if I go into this psychiatric hospital now, the media are like, oh, Betty Irabo is actually a psychiatric hospital, maybe she's mad. We have this mental thing. Sometimes we even use it as a joke, like, oh, go to Uselu because Uselu psychiatric hospital is at Uselu. People use that. It's not everybody that goes to psychiatric hospital that has some level of psychosis. No.
Yeah, you're right.
So that is why you are saying now, Prince Collins, it don't exist. We have a lot of psychologists. There's a lot of psychiatric doctors out there, but our thought process on how we grow up is like anybody going to see a psychiatrist, that your medulla is not functioning, that you have a mental problem. But
Okay, thank you very much. Let me come in there. Let me
say this.
quickly come in there. Let me come in there for 20 seconds.
I'm sorry. I wanted to add this because of her issue with Mr. Pope agree how she damaged the house and her relationship. She chose to put her relationship on social media, and that's why Tonto Dikeh needs to leave social media. Because if you look at the trend, she needs to leave social media to
exactly
take one day at a time to heal. It's not just coming out and do you know what? Jerry Eze, you are not helping her. You can help her behind the scenes. You are not helping her.
Sister, I don't forget Madam Rita, you need to understand.
No, but Madam Rita, I disagree with you because you're one person I listen to, everyone on the platform. Why I disagree with you when you say Jerry Eze, it all calls on their marketing strategies.
That's what I'm saying. But he's
Nigerians
not helping her.
No, but they don't understand that. Once
they
Nigerians
do. They're just greedy.
Madam Rita, once they see Tonto Dikeh on Jerry Eze platform, every one of them.
I'm totally disgusted.
Let's remind our viewers, Jerry Eze is one of the top YouTubers that are making a killing in Nigeria.
In the whole of Africa.
In the whole of Africa. So if you want to come here and say, Miracle Share, me too, I can speak in Tongo. It depends on the time of the
Adama,
week you find me.
let me add to that. You see, if you look at it, a few days ago, Jerry Eze was inside Rose Dress with Obi Kubana. When Obi Kubana said he has given his life to Christ, it's through Jerry Eze, and he said he was going to be discipled by him. You see, all these things, see, they're all strategies. Let me tell you something. You see, I said something earlier on during my submission. I said Tonto Dikeh should go through a healing should go through a quiet healing with fellowshipping with God. Not this public stunt is not going to help her. And in Nigeria, there's this thing that most Nigerians, most especially the Pentecostal community, is embracing it. It's what we call relevance by association. People just feel like, you know what? I need to get this much crowd. This person has more than 1 million followers on Instagram or wherever. So this person is attached to me. That will also grow my fan base. And that is a problem. It's a huge problem right now. So like you said, the man should help her. And we're talking about therapy and these things. Nigerians, why do you think most Nigerians run to churches? Because the therapy, they are there, but they prefer to go to their pastors because they feel the pastors will hide their shame. Nigeria is a society where we love to shame each other. So no one can come out and say, I'm going to go to a psychiatric home for some checkup or whatever. People will say, oh, you are running mad, like Liderita was saying. Nigerian is a society that we love to shame each other. So because of that shame, people want to hide their shame. People die in silence. They cannot speak out because of that shame, societal shame or whatever. That's a big problem within the Nigerian society.
Okay, let me come in there. You see, we can say it that way, but it's not absolutely that way. The therapeutic support and everything that we say that is there. When we say something is there, let us define what is available. There is availability and accessibility. What is availability? Availability means that those things are there. Accessibility means that can people that want to use it have contact with it? And how do you improve accessibility? It's by awareness. You know, a lot of people, my cousin in the village does not know what is called therapy because they don't have lights, they don't have access to radio, they don't have access to communication by way of information.
Okay, but Praise Collins, but your cousin that don't have access to that thing knows what it means to be a 2 minutes man, isn't it?
I understand it. No, I understand it. Everybody cannot.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
No, don't get me wrong.
Yes, do they understand what they mean? So now, listen. If we can put the same energy on sex and intimacy, if I need help, the point I'm trying to make is this, just like we all have said, if something is so important to me and I know my mental health, I'm going nuts, I will seek that same energy. What I'm saying to you is this, if men who are in the wherever you claim in Nigeria can't recognize what it means when you call them a 2 minutes man, they know when they are off balance. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Because you know why? Why is it that they can be able to tell when you call them a 2 minutes man? Sir Louis, please help us here because you're the man here, and I know Nigeria Watch is probably on the background busy or what. So if I told you now as a woman,
I'm here, I'm listening. Now 2 minutes situation with the talk to. I'm here.
For me, that 2 minutes, that 2 minutes is not an issue.
Let her finish her question now.
No, if I tell you you're a 2 minutes person and you're so pained as a man, why should you be pained as a 2 minute man than being in the life of your son? That's what I want us to differentiate and not pile everything on Tonto Dikeh. And that's why I asked the question, what has Churchill done wrong with this relationship? We've called that Tonto Dikeh, excuse my language, on her bullshit. Now, can we start calling out Churchill and what he has done wrong in this relationship?
The only thing I think Churchill have done wrong, the only thing I think Churchill have done wrong, that he was a Yahoo boy. Finish. Any other?
For me, the only thing I think, one of the things I think the guy has done wrong is not taking responsibility of his own house. You know, he didn't take responsibility of his own house, and for the fact that
he was not allowed. He was not allowed.
It was not. I was going to say that. Probably was not allowed to do it.
How do you take responsibility of your house when you
I
are not
can't
allowed
believe
to
what
do
you are saying, Mr. Elvis. I can't
yes,
believe what
that
you're
is what
saying.
I'm saying.
You said he
Believe
was
it
not
now.
allowed.
No,
When
no,
he
no,
was
Sister Anita,
posting this,
you know that,
wait,
no, Mother
wait,
Anita, you know
let
that,
us break it down. Yes,
okay,
sir.
go ahead.
I'm listening. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that, you know, what's the name of this other lady among us? Madam, yeah,
Adama.
Madam Adama, she just said not quite long that when somebody is under influence, you know, and they've been together for a very long time, she's under influence, and the influencer is already even telling on her that anytime they want to have that kind of intercourse, she might be expecting, she might be calling 10 minutes, you know, 2 minutes, because she needs 50 minutes.
No, Mr. Prince, what are you saying? 50. She was expecting 3 hours and she got 2 minutes.
so if you see that kind of situation, how can you not use that one to defend?
This guy cracks me up, man. Cracks me up.
Thank you, happy say you the flow with me, because if you like saying I'll be confident, because the truth is it's very difficult to say.
Mr. Elvis has run away. Mr. Elvis, please come back to this conversation. You cannot just be listening for free. What I was trying to say when you said
but I'm on the backstage.
come to the conversation. In fact, Mr. Elvis, please don't mute yourself, because you said something and I want to respond to that. You said, and Mr. Lewis also agreed. You said he wasn't allowed to be a man in the marriage. Like, come on, man. You guys are not being honest now. Come on.
Okay. Tell me how.
Listen, when she was purchasing those cars, and he wasn't, and both of them agreed for him to pretend that he purchased those cars. He wasn't allowed, or he played along. Excuse me. Listen, we're dealing with
But Tonto Dikeh said she was the man and the woman at the same time.
He allowed it to be. It's not the other way around when you say he wasn't. He allowed it because you know what? He was enjoying it. He was participating in it. So please, this is what we're talking about. Don't absorb one person in a box and make it seem like it's only the other person that was in the box.
So now that Tonto Dikeh locked this man out all this while for 10 years not to have access to his child.
We're not talking about that. You see what we're talking, Mr. Elvis? We're talking about her giving him access to his son. We are talking about the relationship now. How they broke up? You said he wasn't allowed to be the man in the house. That's what you just said. We're not talking about relationship with his son. You are mixing it. Please let us.
I think my reaction was because after the breakup, I actually reacted based on the fact that she,
no, we're not talking about after the breakup.
It's not about the child. It's about Tonto Dikeh versus Churchill. The situation here is that right from day one, Tonto Dikeh was the king and she was the queen. So how do you expect the man to
and the man loved it. And the man loved it.
That's it. That's right. Real men would not allow you to wear the pants in the relationship and still call them. What are you talking about?
Madama,
Adama, please repeat what you just said.
He said real men will not allow.
I said, let me repeat what I said. Real men will not allow a woman that is high to call the shot on a relationship they have invested interest in. And what is that invested interest I'm talking about? You're talking about a male child to an African man. So let's be realistic here.
Nediwonko and Regina Daniel. She had to be high in order for you to have to be with the man. He wasn't doing it.
Hold on, Madam Rita. Let me respond to Madam Adama. Do you also know that when some real men want to prove that they are real men, they usually die in the process, especially when they are with
Elvis.
Hold on, I'm going somewhere. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm going somewhere, especially when you marry to a she king. And you know, when you marry to a she king and you are trying to be a king, it's like to suppress the original king. You might die in the process. Churchill tried. His house was burnt to ashes in Abuja. They burnt it to ashes. Tonto Dikeh have connection with all the satanic leaders that rule this country in Abuja. She make only one call. They burned his house and seized his house, confiscated all the thing. How do you expect same man now to become a man, Madam? Tell
Can
us
you
how.
allege it was Tonto Dikeh that did it? Okay, because of what
God
happened to
bless you.
Popo
Thank you.
It's
Thank
what
you.
happened to Popo Green now.
Okay, let's say,
Hold on,
okay,
Madam Rita. Let me tell you, Madam
allegedly,
Rita. Let's use the word allegedly. And I want to say this.
yes.
If you are in a relationship, and you listen to the word I'm saying, if you're in a relationship with women they call high profile women. Now, people, for those of you don't know who high profile women are, high profile women are women who have connections in the society. All it takes for them is to make a phone call to ABC, you go missing, whatever. The background of Churchill that I know and have researched a little bit, please correct me. I'm not speaking because I'm speaking from a fact. Is the background of Obasanjo. Last time I recall, Obasanjo was a former president. Please correct me. Let's leave that there. But the point I'm trying to make here is, if you're in a relationship with any of these high-profile women, and you know who you are in a relationship with,
okay, but
this is the hold on now, Niger Watch. Wait now. Let me finish, Niger Watch. You approach this person. This person has more follower than you. A typical example is Ned Nwoko and his current wife. Is a typical example. These men approach these women, they have something they want to gain. What I will advise you as a man is you need to be ahead of the game because you're dealing with someone who is highly connected and highly influential.
One
Not just highly influential.
for you, Mr. Madama.
Okay, let me come in now. Why you
Hold on now.
Madama and Madarita, both of you are automatically turning to a she king now.
No,
you are pressing the day here.
They are bullying us. They are bullying us. They don't want us to
They are oppressing us. Stop oppressing us.
They can't oppress us.
We are in democracy. We are in democracy.
Oppress you guys.
Wait, let me say something that
I said something. There's something I want to say. The third thing I want to say.
There's something we are leaving behind.
Hold on, before you come, please, so that you listen to what I'm saying. A high profile, connected, can make it this thing. You need to know who you're dealing with. The third thing is, this is an addict. And the word, listen to the word. If you don't know what the word addict is, as I'm talking to you, Google it. AI will give you the definition of an addict.
Is also a sex maniac. Continue.
Thank you. God bless you. A sex maniac on top of it. So you're dealing with a very highly dangerous person that will bulldoze her whole community to get what she wants.
Do you now agree now that someone that was highly connected to all the satanism, affiliated satanism in the country is not a she king?
Mr. Elvis, I'd like to say something.
No,
let me quickly say this, Mr. Elvis. Mr. Elvis, to support your
king. For somebody to give herself a king, it means that she has the upper hand over her husband.
Let me throw this before you say what you want to say. Let me quickly throw this. You see, there is something we are all forgetting. You know, for me, I'm a man. I'm from Edo. You know, this woman he left this man when she was highly up there. That this is the time that the man would have probably enjoyed her most. And 10 years is just a full decade. You understand? That she's not coming out. You want to come up now to come and do? I don't understand. Inside that 10 years, what happened? 10 years of wasting herself. And now she's bringing herself back because she's seen herself. I don't know what is going on.
To who?
She's not bringing herself back to him.
That is everything.
No, Mr. Prince. She's not bringing herself back to him. It's just a reconciliation for the child.
No.
Is she not the one I was sleeping church?
Hold on. Please, Sir Louis, let me quickly correct you, because I will remind you of this statement I want to make today. You said she's not bringing herself in. She's only there for reconciliation because of their child. don't worry, I will remind you here when she will finally creep in. Why the
Pastor
woman
Louis,
will
I
be house now?
disagree. She wants the man back. She
Hey,
wants
God bless you,
Churchill
Madam
back.
Adama.
God bless you. God bless you.
The woman where they house now, where they go use waiting beneath they call Budian, take bitter come up for that house. I will come back here again.
See, let me quickly say this. Do you know why I said that? Because I just set out from the assessment of the fact that the man has moved on. He's with his woman now. So they've reconciled, because looking at our testimony, he called, and the child for good 10 years, he was not in the child's life for 10 years. So he's back now. So now they can co-parent the child. So that's where I
okay, maybe for co-parenting, for the reason of co-parenting.
Exactly.
But
that's
she
where
just said that. Why are you not changing it? You see this thing Mr. Elvis said, oh, because she and Madam Adana, I disagree. It's like you people you are disrespecting the
You
woman.
have always been disagreeing with when anything
Mr.
I
Elvis,
say.
let me finish. Allow me to talk now because I can't quiet.
I'm used to it now.
Elvis.
Madam Ritas, I'm behind you, but the only thing is that I just have
This
to
is
call
wrong,
out
and this comment you
the
people
way
are
it
making
is.
that she wants to come back is disrespectful to the woman who is with Olakule Churchill right now. It is disrespectful, and please let's stop that narrative, because you guys want another woman's marriage to break. She said, "Is there anything
But
wrong?"
what's the one with the future now?
Listen, no, listen, Mr. Elvis. I'm
How
not
did she
giving
get the husband?
I'm serious. I'm serious right now.
I don't understand.
Because
They only two break now.
this is a typical
Now
Nigerian
break
man.
the take,
You people are going to
Madarita. Now
Nigerian
break.
man way, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Madarita, now break the take.
Madam Rita, let's take out emotions out of it.
Exactly.
If I want my
emotion,
ex
this
back,
is somebody's
hold on.
Olakule
No,
Church's
but
marriage.
Madam Rita, let's listen. As women, we weaponize sex, and if you know your ex-husband the way you know him, regardless of what me and you is saying, even if he's married, if you want to screw the man, you will screw him. So let's stop pretending.
Good luck to two of them. It doesn't mean that he will leave his marriage and go and marry.
Stop it.
Madarita, remove emotions.
Madam, lift emotions out of it. That's the point you are saying now.
You guys should stop
Madam Rita,
emotions.
Madarita, now yeah, me and you day where I'll still tell you say.
Mr. Elvis, the same way we're talking about Two-Face, so we came back here. We came back here and coming back again.
Lady Rita, let me say this. Do you know the reason why I will keep quiet? Okay, continue.
And I want every man here to be honest with themselves. Many men, they have a penchant.
There's no talk. You guys are saying, What is,
They have a penchant for going after a high-profile woman. I'm using the word high-profile. I don't see Tonto as a high-profile. She's just, somebody that, Nigerians loved at some point because of her kind of work. And I don't see her as like a high-profile actress. I've never seen her that way. But however,
no, she was not a high-profile actress. She was a high-profile in that area there.
Okay,
you know what?
Whatever you want to define it, Mr. Elvis.
Who asked you to define
it's coming from you, but many men, and you are listening to me, you know it, irrespective of if you are married now. But I have seen it, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. They have that tendency to go
can you guys stop this thing you're doing?
Women.
No, Madam Rita, wait. They're not listening to you. Everything you're saying,
okay,
they're saying,
but I've said it, and it's on record.
Okay, Madarita.
I have not finished.
Oh, this woman will never finish.
Give examples.
Yeah, you give a chance. What do I don't finish? You don't finish.
She wants to laugh now.
I'm going to finish. It's just two. I'm going to give examples. Tonto Dikeh, Mr. Churchill. Mr. Churchill, an acclaimed, I don't know if he's a Yahoo and a Yahoo person. So the connection.
No, it's not Yahoo. And the wife talk and say Yahoo.
Okay, the wife, okay, fine.
Not allegedly. He's a Yahoo.
Okay, the wife said it.
Certified.
Ex-wife said it, that he was a
Yes.
Yahoo. So Churchill used the opportunity.
And he wear red cloth. He can't carry candle.
He has a
let me
PhD in
go
that
with
area.
this woman.
He has PhD, yes, first class.
Let me go with this woman.
area.
She has money. She's beautiful. She's popular. It can be like a decoy to the kind of illegal work I'm doing. You understand? So my wife is rich, so I'm rich. Number two. Nedwoko. He wanted Nigerians didn't know who Nedwoko was. nobody knew him. He saw Regina Daniels as a leverage to be popular, as a leverage to get more votes. Number three, somebody like Popo Gri, that is Tonto Dikeh's ex-boyfriend in Abuja, the one that his house was demolished because he built in the wrong area, just like every other person. So it is not a high-profile connection thing.
Is it not that one that is following another Edoniash on the internet?
Okay. Miss Madam, but I'm not even following those people. So even though he has not gone to another high-profile woman. So
but Anita, you wanted to land your land. You never still land since.
Yeah, my point is, many of these so-called high-profile, these so-called men, some, when they marry these high-profile women, so-called high-profile women, and things go awry, there's that tendency for them to easily put the woman out there like she's the bad person. Oh, she was the one that was bad.
Churchill didn't do that.
He didn't, but you know why? He knows what he did not do. I can tell you that I can guess two things.
That is why because Churchill didn't do that. That is why you cannot judge him.
I said I can guess. Yes, sir.
Do you know? Sorry, Mr. Evans, a quick one. Do you know that when she called that man 2 minutes man, I can bet you that I'm not saying it's true. Maybe the reality is that the fact may be that man is not actually a 2 minutes man.
Of course, that's why the man didn't respond.
She was a bit. They say hell had no fluid than a scorned woman. A woman who was
any one of us in that room, hold on, is any one of us in that room, including the men, to validate that he's not a 2 minutes man? The point I'm trying to make, let's realize, hold on.
Okay.
Sir Louis, listen, we are both adults in this platform. There is something called a quickie. Quickie doesn't last less than, we all know how quickie lasts. So quickie could be in the bracket of 2 minutes. Love making, and I always say love making and fucking are two different things. Excuse my language. And Nigeria Watch, with your permission, thank you for giving me that permission. Because you know why I'm saying this? We are all adults. This is for our listeners. Listen, this is a rated R section that we're talking about because we're all adults. If you have any kids on the platform, please, this is the time for you to have them exit because we're discussing something that has to do with adults. So, Sir Louis, let's be realistic. If I call you a 2 minutes man, and if I know that when you and I were intimate together was quickie, that's 2 minutes, regardless of, let's not put a number in it, whatever minute it is. There's a difference between fucking and making love. Let's differentiate the two. Because some of us don't know what...
said her husband is a 2 minutes. She did not say quickie, madam.
Because
but listen, and Naija Watch, when I came up, I said something in my submission. If you want to get back to a man, all you need to do is call him a 2 minutes man. He will react. Why react? When you have women, I said it, I'm a woman. You have women walking around who don't know what an orgasm is, who have low libido, who have dry JJs. So let's keep the balance. Why am I saying this? So that men won't feel that we're picking on them. Let's say
Lady Adama.
Yeah.
See, I'm not saying she is so, but a woman that has all numbers of different sets of toys in a house that can stay a whole house. How do you expect one man to go that same level? Those toys will go.
Louis, how you say no? You then inside those toys. So you don't
They want to address it, Mr. Naija and Mr. Louis. They want to address
any woman that went on a public space to call her husband a 2 minutes man should be banished from the society.
Men do not like to be emasculated, and for a woman to come out and say it's 2 minutes, whether she was in the heat of the moment or she lost herself while saying it, men don't take it like
that. But Lady Rita,
she went too far.
To that.
And because of that, Tonto is hated by majority of Nigerian men.
But Rita, don't go that route. You know, if you go that route with me, I can come back with this route. Why do African men hate licking the plates, but they want you to give them heads? Let's have that conversation.
I don't even want to have that
conversation
because You know, that's
See, Lady
what
Rita.
deflecting from the topic, madam. Let's just stick with these 2 minutes. Let's stick with these 2 minutes
No,
issue.
see, Lady Rita,
Let
we
us
may
not go too high. Let us not go too high.
maybe we may go there, but for now, let's stay here. See, why when she said that, Churchill did not react. If Churchill reacted, then probably people will say, oh, maybe she said the truth. The public only reacted to what she said. So it could be that Churchill is not actually the 2 minutes man she called him.
Exactly. That is why
Are
everybody
you,
wants.
are you there?
Me,
Are you there? If
for
shortly
me,
is
I
2
didn't
minutes, how
believe
do
because
you
I
know?
said,
How do
Okay,
you know?
let me quickly throw this in. Let me quickly throw this in. Let me throw this in. I don't always like to to personalize or bring personal issues to this. But you see, there are times, if we are in marriage, there are times where sorry to use the female. The female most time when a woman is angered to the husband, she can say anything she like. Women say all sort of things that will just to make you get provoked. That is why I was emphasizing on emotional control. And when you are a man that know how to control your emotion, you just finish such with woman. Because when she try to make sure that she take you to the highest level that you can do what you're not supposed to do, that might even land you in trouble, and you control such emotion, she'll be afraid of you. So for the person, I dey call Naija word 1 minute. But for the person to come media, come extend the thing to media, come dey talk about media. Woman, if you are your woman, this if you tell you anything you like, if you the verse,
that's the area I wanted to come in. When
because if you not be big person, you tell her how you take cry.
Hold on. Thank you. When you say anything to your husband at home, that's not a problem. I don't have issue with that. You can sort yourself out. No marriage or home that is perfect. Everybody have their story. But when you now come to social media and sit in executive chair with a bottle of wine and start spilling out rubbish from your mouth, call your husband different kind of names. Today you say
you are selling your house.
Yes. Today you say you are a changed person, and a question will throw to you that you were being selective with your change. Now recess, night on today, recess. She go come back. No worry.
Naija will not be she don't do okay. Time don't go. Time not do like that.
Off social media, we are, like I said, Derry Eze is not helping her and making her come on the podium. There's a lot of people that have lost fathers, lost mothers, lost siblings. There's a lot of people, who have gone through addiction, who are also going through it. That's why I love that woman, Reverend Christy Bature. I love that woman because she's living in the reality. She has lived in the reality for almost so total come out. There's some things that you wear off gradually. Okay, she took out I heard the plastic bomb. It's a gradual thing. People are still saying, oh, you still look like Jezebel, fake lashes and all that. People need to see a transformation, but they don't need to see it in the public eye. It can take 2, 3, 5 years. When people see you, they don't recognize you. We have seen it in even Hollywood. There are people who have transformed. It took them a long time. When you see them now, you know that, oh my God, where have you been? But like I said, Derry Eze's church, NSP, you are not helping to the decay. Please, those of you who are advising,
we're talking
about a life now.
No, but Madam Rita, this is why I disagree with you. Madam Rita, I will say with all due respect, I'll say why I disagree with you. The recent interview we all have been watching about this lady, what's her name, that is exposing her ex that didn't want to marry her, Doris
Ogala.
Yes, thank you. If you know anything about pastors and people who are spiritual leaders, and I always say this, and let me say this, all these spiritual leaders, for those of our listeners that don't, maybe, I don't know what your spiritual angle is. If you're one of those that you're celibate, you don't have sex with your partner, good for you. This is not a show for you. But if you're one of those that are active, your sex life is active, then this is a show for you. Doris described all kinds of things she did with her ex, who was a pastor. So I don't understand when Nigerians go, when Africans go to watch their pastors preach and fast and everything, they look at these men as demigod. These are men.
Can I tell you something?
Thank you. hold on, Madam Rita, let me finish.
Okay, go
They
ahead.
look at these men as demigod. In natures, we as human beings are freaks. We like God, and I will say it. The Bible said it. He did not create any one of us to be alone. We have to be with each other. That's how God created it. So when you see someone like Pastor Jerry Eze speaking all in tongues and everything, let's be realistic. At night, Pastor Jerry Eze may be a freak that none of us might comprehend what he does with his spouse.
Definitely, definitely, he's a
I
man. He's a
understand
human
the
being.
point you're going to, Madam
Thank you.
Adana. I
Hold
don't
on, hold on,
understand
hold
where
on,
you're
hold on,
going
hold
to.
on. The point I'm going
No,
to
we
is
understand,
that,
Madam Rita. Leave her. Leave
Madam
her. We
Rita, you
understand
will
what
not
she's doing.
understand. The point I'm making is that when women come out and say, my pastor said this, as Dr. Dike was saying, oh, I was addicted to masturbation and all this stuff. And I'm looking at her, and the person covering that this thing is raising his hand up and everything. If you know how the female body
Okay.
works and the male body works, you will not even cover that section. Because if I open that can of worm, you guys will say, Adama, let's
I'm
close this
sorry, I am
section.
lost about what you're saying and how it's relating to what we're talking.
Yeah, don't worry. I
The
will
point
remind
I'm
you
trying,
later, Madam Rita. I will remind you. Don't worry. We are
Are
following up.
you rushing us away? You're rushing
no,
away
No,
from
now,
we,
getting to the
Rita,
point.
no,
you
we
know
know
what I'm
what
talking
she's
about. You just
saying.
want to add.
We
No,
will
you
No,
know what
interpret
I
to you
meant.
we
later.
understand. We understand Adama. She's saying
I
what she
don't.
want to hear.
Sir Louis,
I am
you
yet
don't
to
know anything
learn.
Madam Adama they
Wait,
talk.
Mr. Lewis,
Why?
please,
I
can you
know.
interpret? Can you
Someone said
interpret
Prince
how this
Collins, you don't know anything Madam Adama they talk.
Mr. Lewis,
I
can you
understand
just
everything. I
interpret
understand
this?
everything.
We will interpret to you, Madam Rita. Where's it be?
Hey, you know, take that as a body.
Madam Rita, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say.
I don't know. No, they take me where I don't know. I beg. Go, I take me where I go. I don't know where they take me.
Don't worry, we'll
I'm
interpret.
serious. I'm not joking. No, I don't understand.
During our black soup, we will interpret.
No,
Madam Rita,
Madam Adana, I owe you designer black soup. That one is for sure. That's the first soup of this year. I owe
You
designer
see,
black soup.
you see, one thing I love, one thing I like about the Madam Adama submission. She's very critical. She goes this way, I'll go this way. You know, she try to, you know, yeah, she tried to be critical about it, and that's the way it is because you cannot just say, okay, oh, the man, but especially because the first submission she gave, I understood everything, but later she came back and started saying, okay, which fault are we giving to the man? You know why I'm not giving the man any fault? The man has never come out to defend anything. He didn't even speak. Because like some people, if you tell somebody that is a 2 minute man, he will go to any length, he will go to a BBC to go and tell he's not blah blah blah, defend himself. But the man was just so calm. He was not interested. Probably it's not, as the other my brother said. It probably is not that 2 minutes. We just look at the woman and laugh. But
Prince Collins, if that 2 minutes man, why did his current wife marry him?
Exactly.
Mr. Prince Collins, I want to make a correction. When Olakule Churchill had an interview, I watched that interview keenly.
All right, okay.
They asked
I didn't see
him
that.
specifically, please go back, the internet doesn't forget. Are you a 2 minutes man? He laughed and he said, I am not a 2 minutes man. You know, and he said that is very irrelevant for Africa. And he laughed. And that's how he discussed that matter. He didn't need
All
to
right.
elongate
I didn't watch that.
Okay,
No.
Lady Rita.
Yeah. Yes,
Lady
sir.
Rita, he
Yes,
was
sir.
asked. He was asked if he's a 2 minutes man. That he did not come out on his own to try to defend himself. He was only asked.
But he granted an interview. He deliberately called someone to interview him.
No,
to hear
but
his
see,
own side. So you cannot say
Madam Rita,
he came
if I
out on
grant
his
you an
own.
interview now and I tell you you're not good in bed, will you admit to me in a public forum that you're not good in bed? You
I don't
won't.
need to.
Thank you. So why should Churchill grant an interview and tell the public he's a 2 minutes man? Let's be realistic when we are asking
Yes,
the
he was saying
question.
the same thing. He didn't need to come out to talk about just the 2 minutes issue. He
I know.
granted an
He
interview in
came
his
out to
office
try to clear. You know what?
to
See,
clear the
we
air
are.
of so many issues, and that question was asked.
Okay, to
Lady
help
Rita.
this matter now, let's say Churchill is not 2 minutes man, is 2 minutes 30 seconds man.
I don't really care. Listen, all those things, you know, men do not like to be emasculated. And I for one personally, I don't like any man to be emasculated. But however, men have a very important role to play in the society. men.
Exactly. Not only sex, you marry.
In the society as well as women, but you know,
How when you marry to a she king go?
So let me quickly throw this in.
When you say that, it goes. It goes back to men who deliberately look for high profile women. So when the woman is now displaying her high profileness, you now shout, "Hey, she's a king woman!" Oh, after all, there's even a movie, King Woman, that's even out there.
Lady Rita, let me say something.
So please, Mr. Alvis, just hold on to that same you know what you married before you married that. You know what you were looking for. You know what you wanted to gain. So now that your inside is not favoring you, you're not shouting wolf, wolf. Please, I beg.
See, a quick one, Mr. Elvis. You know, Nigerian society is a very funny society where there's the jungle justice in our society is not only based on someone being lynched by the roadside for stealing or doing whatever. It's still how we react to issues and how we handle cases.
Thank you.
During this the beginning of this discussion, there was a reference was made to the late Osinachi, and I'll tell you something. That woman did not die from her husband's beating. No. Because when the doctor confirmed that it was not the beating that killed her. If you actually want to go listen again to watch everything, though she went to domestic abuse, yes, she did. She was abused domestically, yes. But was it the domestic abuse that killed her? No. Now,
no, you don't have evidence to that.
Hold on. During the time of her death, was there anything that contributed to her death that came from domestic abuse? No. Our pastor, Nature came out, also spoke about when she was sick. She came to him for prayers. He prayed for her. Sorry, he prayed for her. And when she was not getting well, he now advised her to go to the hospital. If you remember that thing, and she died. But the way the public reacted to her death, now, of course, that man should pay for abusing his wife. But the way the issue was handled was the pure jungle justice. The minister of women affairs. Hold on, please.
Why was he sentenced?
Sorry. The minister of women affairs came out to the case of
Mr. Lewis, don't say
was arrested without fair hearing, without fair judicial process.
There were a lot of evidence, even from the children. From the children.
What happened to that woman? You need to, because
even from the children.
Will not sentence him to death or he was sentenced to death.
All right. Let's round up.
Of the man's involvement in what she passed.
Okay.
You know.
Sorry.
Sorry. I will use 2 minutes.
Rita, say that again. Rita, say something. Please say that again. I didn't get you. You said what?
I said he was sentenced to death, I think. Now, a judge would not sentence him to death if they didn't have evidence that
Rita, you are a Nigerian.
This man was part and parcel of what made her
Yeah.
Rita, you are sorry.
Let me quickly say this. Let me quickly say this.
Deserve to be treated.
One second. Just 1 second. You see.
Do you know? Please, I beg you, in the name of God. That when that woman died, the cry that came out when the celebrities took the matter on board, the Minister of Women Affairs first arrested the man. That case, let me tell you something. The approach to that case, there was no proper judicial process. There was no fair hearing. There was no fair judicial precedent.
Did you follow the case?
I followed it up.
Mr. Lewis.
Did you know? See, let me tell you something. I can use that case as my legal.
Louis, let me make sure I understand what you're talking about. Nigeria Watch, with all due respect. Sir Louis, are you talking about Osinachi case?
Yes. Please.
Okay, so Sir Louis, can I say something?
No, let me
before
finish,
you
please.
proceed. I just want to say something.
Yeah.
You know, her twin came out and gave an interview.
Well, there was a lot of evidence.
Of course, there was a lot of.
Go ahead, sir.
He was a liar. Was even married before. He didn't let her know. Prevent her from seeing her mother.
Okay.
Madam Rita, don't go that side. Madam Rita, don't go. Madam Rita, don't go that side. Let me say, tell you.
That was married.
Woman, I'm saying to you, Osinachi died because she chose to stay in that marriage.
That's another issue. That's a different issue anyway.
Yes, no one should be blamed for the outcome of her decision, but her and herself alone.
Yeah.
All me and you as Madam Rita needs to do as women is lend our voice and say to women, if you find yourself in this situation, exit. Don't make religion an excuse of why you should stay there. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, let me take this. Hold on. Mr. Alabo, you are calling. We don't take call this time, but go ahead. 2 minutes. Good evening to you. Mr. Alabo, you are not talking.
Mr. Elvis, can you hear me?
Your voice is too low. Please speak louder. Quickly. Why?
I just want to add my voice. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. One thing I want us not to make mistake with, like Madam has mentioned earlier that time about this issue of effectiveness and having a good time making love. So those two things, but it doesn't apply to a woman who live her life on toys. Whenever you live your life on toys using those equipment, no man can satisfy you. It's very difficult. So any woman who live on those things, substance, and mistaking your husband to those movies, maybe you are watching those kind of things on the side to see those people who are doing acting.
Okay.
And you mistake it to see that that is the best way. It's difficult. So we have to differentiate those two things. So once you are addicted to that one,
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adamo. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, let's do this. Two minutes. Nobody interrupt people, or you use your minutes to interject any other person that we can round up. Mandarita, your 2 minutes now. Your final submission.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Your fan is actually blowing, so it's making the audio shaky. I just want to say that I wish Tonto Dikeh healing, and I just pray that she understands that coming out on social media every day is unnecessary to talk about, her healing process, because it's a process. And I just want to say that if there's anybody there who is going through any form of addiction and you need help, please seek help. Yes, do not be ashamed. Do not be ashamed. When you break that shame, it means that you have conquered something. That's the first step. So it's not just about Tonto as well. It's all about everybody. And whatever we hear about Tonto's story, it should be an inspiring story, for us to also know that, you can change if you really choose to. And it's a decision. You have to say, I want to change. I want my life to be better than the way it is now. But for Tonto, I wish her the best, like I said, and she should just stop coming to social media. It's coming to social media every day. It's now becoming like people are not believing anymore because they feel you are seeking relevance, or Pastor Jerry is using you to make his church bigger and all that. So please, Tonto, like Mr. Louis said, start healing behind the scenes. We don't need to see that. A lot of women are healing. They need to come out at all, and they have a large followership. God bless you. And I just pray that, every woman out there and every man who is going through an abusive relationship, or,
All right.
Please try and seek healing. But forgiveness is the first step of healing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Margarita, for your submission today. Sir Luis, your 2 minutes, sir.
Okay. Right. I think she said everything. Tonto should go for healing, and social media at the moment, this is not a time to impress anyone. This is not a time to just want to pass a message like she has always done in the past, or she did in the past, by saying you need to pass this to your fans or followers. Everyone is going through their own, same way she's going through her own. You are alive to witness your fans. If you are not alive, you not have the social media to post your whatever it is you want to post. You should focus on her life, and you should be truthful to her healing process. If you truly want to be healed, because the worst life anyone can live is self-deception. When you lie to yourself, you know that you are still deeply hurt, or you have unforgiving spirit where you cannot let go, but you're just coming out because you want to build a false platform of you are now called to do the work of God, because people will question your stand. If you say you are a pastor, they will say, okay, you're still having issues with your husband. How can you preach forgiveness to us who you've not forgiven? So if you want to build on that false stand of I'm forgiven because God has called me, and you know deeply with you that you are hurt, it's like it's a time bomb for her, and that will not help her at all. So I just hope that this is actually true, that she's true to herself, and she's true to herself. She should submit herself to the healing process and go through discipleship. Jelieze to help her do that, not public storm. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Louis. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Madam Adama, please, your 2 minutes. Final. Black Panther say make we hear you, Madam Adama, in the comment section.
Black Panther, thank you so much. Madam Rita, Sir Louis, Niger Watch, Prince Collis, thank you. I enjoyed today's show. This is my advice for those of our listeners. Please, the journey of healing starts with you first. And what is that? It starts with you first. Letting go of things that burdens your mind. You don't need to disclose what those things are to me or anyone in the public forum. And please stay off the internet, like Madam Rita and Sir Louis said. This is my advice I want to give to everyone. Let's stop putting this pressure on men when it comes to relationship. I am. I have four brothers, and I'm the only girl. So when you see my face on any platform, for those of you that have seen me, I am mostly on Dr. Damage's channel. Yes, and I've been here several times. Niger Watch knows me, Dr. C and Madam Rita, whoever. But the point I'm trying to make is this: let's stay, be true to who you are, live in your truth and whatever you want to project. At the end of the day, this is what I want to say. Tonto Dikeh, I wish you the best. Healing starts from you first. Forgiveness starts from you first. But from whatever that forgiveness is for you, I, as a dama, don't need to know what that forgiveness is. Because what you're here for might be something Churchill is not even, he's not forgiving you about. So you both need to sit down as two grown adults that got together and created a child. But at the end of the day, I want this to be known in every platform. Stop putting this pressure on men when it comes to relationship. Women play a part in everything that happens. At the end of the day, living your truths. If you know this person is not worth being your baby daddy, whatever, please use a condom, use a protection. There's something called an IUD. When the sperm hits, it will hit it the other way. So, with that being said, all I want to say, lead with love and be sincere, be open with your hearts, and at the end of the day, Prince Collins, Sir Louis, Madam Rita, Niger Watch, I love you all. I'll be coming here, and I just want to say, let's all be the change we want to see on every one of us. Thank you, sir. Niger
Yeah,
Watch, my time never
thank you
finished.
very
Make I
much.
continue.
Niger Watch
Can
is
you? Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Adama. God bless you. I really do appreciate you. Prince Collins, you're the last one. 2 minutes, sir.
yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate and I enjoyed today a bit because it's we kind of digress from our normal routine of this channel, politics, which is quite okay. So I appreciate that from you, Niger Watch. The other thing I want to say is that I'm going to speak on both sides. You know, when it comes to um, intervention. You see, we need to encourage our government if there are social amenities that take care of this place. Like some of us have claimed that there are facilities that are made to intervene in such activities like matrimonial issues, crisis, and everywhere. We should government and private sector, even the media, should emphasize on how people can access these resources because, as a matter of fact, these people go to social media, they go to churches, they go to where they want to go to because they don't actually know who is who and how true they are. The professionals there, they are sincere because it's not everybody that are financially buoyant to assess what is available because it's quite expensive. Just like our healthcare, lights, and other amenities that we got there. So we should encourage those that need it to go to the right source so that they can access all these amenities because it's very, very important. Early intervention is so good. Even when it comes to, even if you are an addict and you want to stop, you should pass through the right source. Now, don't take your anger to social media because it will not help you. Just like you have a headache, you are coming to social media to come and swallow paracetamol from people's wares. So we should try to harness the right resources and direct it towards the assistance that we need. And the government on its own should do their best to make sure that all these things are available and make it not just available, they make it accessible by providing a low level of accessibility for the people. And on that note, I want to appreciate
Thank
all my panelists today and you, Nigeria Watch, and those in the comment section. Say God bless you all and have a wonderful evening and weekend.
All right. What a topic. I never knew or thought we would get to this minutes, almost 4 hours. This was a wonderful topic. Everybody came from a different angle to analyze this whole thing holistically. I really learned a lot, despite that the joke part of it and all that. But submissions here were so realistic and direct. Yes. Um, but let's see how it goes. I wish them well. It's all about the boy, the 10 years old boy. So I wish them well, whatever that is happening. And I hope Churchill respect his wife at home, to leave it the way it is. Yeah. I want to thank you, moderator, for your submission and your time with us. Sir Louis, thank you very much for your submission and your time. Prince Collins, thanks for your submission and your time. And Madam Adama, thank you very much for your submission and your time. I appreciate every one of you today. I want to appreciate you once again, Kingsley. Thanks for the support to the platform earlier on. And everyone in the comment section, Mother for Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy. Thanks for all that you do for us. Abu Azi, we appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do for us. Thank you, Love Maduka, Mother Peggy, Mother Eugenia, Adelaja Ogumbi, Black Panther. Thank you. Eva Line, thank you, my wonderful people. Divine Cross, thank you. Now God will bless all of you now. I appreciate you all. Before you leave, help us to press on the like and, if possible, copy the link and take with you. And people, we've come to the end of this broadcast. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Fingers crossed, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Oh, tomorrow is Sunday, right? Okay, probably I might not be coming out tomorrow, but if there's anything I have to come out, it's going to be politics. But Tinubu and Shetima need to fight. Maybe that one will bring
Nigeria
come
Watch,
out.
can I make a request on behalf of those of us who are not political, like us, Adama? I know, Madam Rita, I've seen your panelists. These are people that wear their hats on politics. For those of us like me, I am your listeners, but I'm not good with politics. I'm not good with us. Can we have a balance? Like, I see you cover and I appreciate everything you do. I have told that to you. So can we have a balance? You come in 7 days of the week. You cover these policies. So can we please put in life issues? If you cover politics 5 days a week, at least can you at least put some life issues for 2 days now? That's all I'm begging for. Please.
What is life issue? Is it part of this 2 minutes and 2:37?
No. When we talk about life, like that, you know what I'm talking about. Don't put me on the spot.
All right. Okay. Yes, we've said this before in the past, though. The issue is managing them all is not too easy for me. Yeah, but we'll leave Saturday for now for this life issue. I don't mind for random conversation outside politics. I think it's very important because some people have said this so many times that they have interest in this area, and I believe a lot of us will also learn from it. Like conversation that we had today now, despite that how we put it on and all that, a lot of people will learn from this. For those people that have husband as we speak right now, we hold their husband so tight. Those that have a wife as we speak, we hold their wife so tight. Yeah, because not the day outside. Yes, that's just the truth. The outside that you are running to, you will run there and run out. So yeah, I don't mind doing this. So for now, let's leave it every Saturday to come up with random things that's affecting us like this. But I
Thank
don't
you.
want you guys.
I appreciate it. Why I say that is that listeners like me, and other people I know that don't go dwell on, because we have so many platforms covering Nigeria politics. And we in the diaspora who are facing life issues that we deal with, we need to cover it. And for your platform, who is a big platform that can cover that platform, we want to hear your voice. People like Madam Rita, Sir Louis, Prince Collins. Let me tell you like that. When I heard this topic today, you saw how long I was backstage. I stayed quiet. I
Yes.
was like, wow. Let's talk about this. The point I'm trying to make, we all have a busy me, weekends when I'm off or I'm not on call, I have so many things going on. So the point I'm trying to make is let's create a balance. And I know you can do it. And whatever you want me as a Dhamma to do to help to push this message forward, you know how to reach me if you say Adama, listen, let's do this, I'll be available. All I'm saying to you is I want us to create a balance because at the end of the day, the politics we discuss creates an impact for people back home. Life issues impact every one of us on this stage who are in the diaspora. So at the end of the day, let's create a balance. That's all I'm saying. Thank you so much,
Yes,
sir.
I agree. I agree. I think is have accepted that immediately because we've talked about it before Saturday. So and I also want to tell. Yeah, please call it. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, sorry, Adama, are you a member of Najawa's group media? If you are not, please let him add.
Please, I'm not, though. Let him,
Please add her, please.
And please send me a message on our WhatsApp. You have Najawa's WhatsApp number, right?
No, I don't. Email. Send everything to me. I'm here on the stage. Send everything to me, and then I'll send you all the info. Then you can add me.
Okay, I'm going to put the number on a private chat, and you can copy it from there.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I just put it there now. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. But I want to also talk to my panelists, all of you, including Madam Adama, Madarita, everybody. I've said it before. If there's a topic that we need to talk about, please don't just rely that or assume saying Najawa don't know already. You just bring it up. Like before Saturday, for example, say, Mr. Najawa, on Saturday, we'll discuss this matter. Then we'll bring it up. Just that everybody is leaving for me to jungle everything together. It's not easy like that. And I know Madarita, she's really, really trying. She sent me some kind of information that is outside politics most of the time, and all that. So yeah. So I want you guys to know that it's not what is easy like that. We need to collectively do these things together. Yeah. If you want us to talk about something, bring it up. We schedule Saturday before Saturday. As long as we already know that it's Saturday, before Saturday, we'll prepare for it. Put our minds together before then, so that we can build true audience. Because we have 99.9% of politics audience now. So, and there are so many people listening to us that is on the backstage that want to be part of another audience, but because we have not created that particular platform or that avenue, they just stay back. So that's what I can say. So yes, Saturdays is fine. Next Saturday, we'll put stuff together. We'll come back here again and discuss it. It's going to be everything. Like somebody actually called me the other day from Italy, one madam like that. I don't forget her name. She said that we should discuss why most of our women in Europe are not they have not started their own life and all that. According to what she was saying, that is the family back home that draw them back and all that. I should be discussing this kind of thing because a lot of people are dying in silence. But sometimes when we say Shetima, he go drink coffee with terrorists. We go the other one, Gumi go do. So we forget every other thing. So we all focus on this area. So that's what is causing it. But yeah, let's see how it goes, my people. See how we can just go through all of them. Any more statement quickly? Just 10 seconds on the panel before I hit on the button.
Mr. Heavis, thank you very much for what you do. And I do understand that the major passion has always been for good governance. Because I started joining you since the OB election. And I know that's one of the main focus on what we do. And this platform has really contributed to awakening the brains of the sleeping giants of many people who are sleeping, who don't realize who they are, that they have the power in their hands to make a change. And yes, we're going to create a platform where we can also simultaneously have other discussions outside politics. But all the same, it's about creating a better life for everyone. So I appreciate you for your good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sir Luis. I appreciate you. Yes. That Saturday for me is brilliant for it. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So we'll take it from there. And even people in the comment section safe. Make una dey remind us if una wan more discuss something, put it on the comment section. Let's everybody you're glued to the politics. Now every situation, put it there. If I not say bombard it, we'll see him. Then we'll discuss it. Okay, Nigeria watch, let's discuss this thing. We'll discuss it. For I wait for me saying that this saying that maybe second Jesus Christ, we'll wait for forever. Forever. So that's just the thing, my people. I appreciate you all. Now God bless you, man. I'll see you guys again. Fingers crossed, probably tomorrow. If not, it's gonna be Monday. But let's see what tomorrow brings. If we're coming out, we'll let you know. Good night, my people.
Igbo people say, "Ego abego tongaraja." How ego tongaraja? You know what? They my That's right. You know there. This is a big man song. Big, I hear you, ruggedy. This is a big man dance. They let the Russian small. Mama,